Chapter 960. No way. Brother Wu, why did you make her pregnant? Exactly, Brother Wu, they're not even married yet. How could you do such a stupid thing? If other people in the village know about it, they'll criticize you to death. It's not something a scholar would do. Brother Wu, I think your parents will be mad at you. Fifth brother, it's not that I want to scold you, but this kind of thing shouldn't be done. Our Zhao family supports you to study so that you can pass the imperial examinations in the future. Our entire Zhao family can enjoy a good life. If you do this, will you still have the mood to pass the imperial examinations in the future? The Zhao family's people were chattering nonstop, criticizing Zhao Wensheng's actions. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Wensheng, who was surrounded and scolded, and felt a little pity. She never expected that Zhao Wensheng would really listen to her and make Jin Suizhuan pregnant. If it weren't for the fact that so many people in old Zhao's family were watching, Zhao Yun really wanted to rush to Zhao Wensheng's side and compliment him. That was King awesome. That was awesome. His fifth uncle was considered to have a backbone and had his own opinions. Liang Jinxiao stood aside. After hearing about Zhao Wensheng's situation, he whispered in Zhao Yun'er's ear, your fifth uncle is so stupid this time. How could he do such a thing? It's not good if other people know about it. Zhao Yun said carelessly, Mother, I don't think Uncle Wu did anything wrong. Who doesn't want to be with the woman he likes? Uncle Wu should ask for his opinion on who he likes. After all, he's going to spend the rest of his life with that person. Grandpa and Grandma don't agree with this marriage, so Uncle Wu has no choice but to do this. Liang Jinxiao sighed slightly after hearing that. It was normal that old Zhao's family didn't like Jin Suizhuan's family. Not to mention Zhao Wensheng, who had good conditions, would dislike her. Even an ordinary family, or a family that was poor to the point where it was difficult to find a wife, might not necessarily be willing to marry Jin Suizhuan. After all, Jin Suizhuan was no longer a virgin. Moreover, if he married Jin Suizhuan, she would be a burden. Jin Suizhuan would have a child behind her. In this day and age, who would help raise another person's child? In fact, Zhao Baoshan and Hu Chunhua couldn't be blamed. Most people in the countryside couldn't accept such a girl. Hu Chunhua was so angry that she started crying. Ah, my mother, who did I offend? Old Zhao's family is so miserable. You raised a heartless son who specializes in tricking people. As she cried, Hu Chunhua took the opportunity to sit on the ground. With her legs wide open, she cried very miserably. Mother, looking at Liang Jinxiao, who was on the ground, Zhao Wensheng frowned and had mixed feelings. His mother cried and screamed, which made him feel like a sinner. Zhao Wensheng sighed and decided to persuade Hu Chunhua to get up first. Mother, please get up first. We can't solve the problem if you stay like this. Hu Chunhua didn't listen to Zhao Wensheng's words. She shouted at Zhao Wensheng, You heartless son. Don't pretend to care about me. If you really cared about me, would you kill me like this? What kind of sin have I committed? Zhao Wensheng only felt helpless. Chapter 961. Liang Jinxiao angrily glared at Zhao Wensheng and scolded, Wensheng, if you marry this shameless vixen today, you won't have a mother like me. You better make your choice. Zhao Wensheng sighed helplessly. Mother, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to force me to make a choice? You know you're my mother. How can I not choose you? However, Suizhuan is pregnant with my child. I can't leave her alone. Mother, please, for the sake of Suizhuan's child, please agree to let me be with Suizhuan. Zhao Wensheng didn't say anything, but Hu Chunhua was even angrier now. Hu Chunhua quickly got up from the ground and ran to Jin Suizhuan. She wanted to slap Jin Suizhuan's face several times. Mother, what are you doing? Why did you slap her? Zhao Wensheng asked with a serious face. Why did I slap her? Hu Chunhua snorted and continued to scold Jin Suizhuan. Of course I'm going to teach this shameless bitch a lesson. She doesn't even know who she is. How can she be pregnant with Wensheng's child? Let me tell you, even if the child in your belly is Wensheng's, a woman like you will never be able to marry into old Zhao's family. After Hu Chunhua finished, Jin Suizhuan's face was also very ugly. After enduring the humiliation, Jin Suizhuan lowered her head and whispered to Zhao Wensheng, "Why don't I leave now?" Zhao Wensheng pulled Jin Suizhuan. "Leave? Where are you going?" "Suizhuan, you have to get married today," Hu Chunhua said angrily to Zhao Wensheng. "Lao Wu, did you get kicked in the head by a donkey? Why did you marry such a troublemaker? You have to be responsible with her. After she gives birth to the child, she can give the child to old Zhao's family." "Mother, what are you talking about? It's unfair," to Suizhuan. Zhao Wensheng questioned angrily. "What do you mean by fair or unfair?" "Lao Wu, just follow mother's method." Zhao Yuner couldn't listen to it anymore. This wasn't the way to bully people. Hu Chunhua was such a weirdo. Why would she give birth to a child for old Zhao for no reason? Just when Jin Suizhuan couldn't take it anymore and was about to retreat, Zhao Yuner walked over and said to Hu Chunhua, "Grandma, what you're doing is wrong. Aren't you going too far? Fifth uncle has made her pregnant. If they come back and make a fuss, not only will our old Zhao family's reputation be affected, but when the time comes, people from her family might even come over and extort money from us. After all, it's fifth uncle's fault. He hasn't married her yet, but he has already made her pregnant." Hearing Zhao Yuner's words, Hu Chunhua's face darkened. She scolded Zhao Yuner angrily. "Zhao Yuner, you little bitch. This has something to do with you. How can you interfere in this? And who are you trying to scare?" Chapter 962. After Zhao Yuner finished speaking, Hu Chunhua was about to scold Zhao Yuner again, but Zhao Baoshan overheard Zhao Yuner's words. Although they were all from the countryside, they had to be responsible. If they got a woman pregnant, they would basically marry her. Otherwise, they would definitely be scolded. If this time, as Zhao Yuner said, if they didn't marry her, her family would come to make a scene. It would be much more serious than marrying Jin Suizhuan. After comparing in this way, Zhao Baoshan had his own judgment in his heart. Therefore, he said to Hu Chunhua, "Old woman, Yuner is right. We have to deal with this matter properly." Hu Chunhua replied angrily, "How can we deal with it properly? Aren't there only 2 days left? One is that Wensheng marries the slut, the other is that he doesn't marry her. Don't tell me you can spare a third one, old man?" Zhao Baoshan was silent for a while, then said, "How about this?" Zhao Baoshan's sight fell on Jin Suizhuan's face, and he talked to her in a negotiating tone. "If you don't marry into our old Zhao's family, after you give birth to the child, our old Zhao's family will take care of it. At that time, we'll give you 5 taels of silver as compensation." Since Zhao Baoshan proposed this, Zhao Yuner knew that he actually had a little conscience, although this condition would make people feel uncomfortable. Once Hu Chunhua heard that Zhao Baoshan actually wanted to give her 5 taels of silver, she couldn't bear it. "Old man, what's wrong with you? 5 taels of silver isn't a small amount. It's enough for our family to spend for a long time. We don't have much money at home. How can you be so generous to give so much money to the shameless slut?" Hu Chunhua's sharp mouth kept nagging. Zhao Baoshan couldn't help glaring at Hu Chunhua. "Shut up, you old woman. You don't want her to marry into our family, but you're willing to compensate her. Tell me, what do you want to do?" Hu Chunhua pouted. She didn't agree with Zhao Baoshan's behavior, but unfortunately, she didn't dare to refute Zhao Baoshan. Hearing that, Jin Suizhuan looked at Zhao Baoshan and Zhao Wensheng. At last, she took a deep breath and said to Zhao Wensheng, "I don't want money. I just want to be with Wensheng." Jin Suizhuan's rejection was very obvious. Zhao Wensheng couldn't help smiling when he heard that. He held Jin Suizhuan's hand tightly. "No, I don't agree with this shameless slut marrying into our family. Old Zhao's family can't afford to lose face. Besides, our old Zhao's family doesn't have the spare money to raise a few children. If it's our old Zhao's children, it's fine, but none of them have the surname Zhao." Zhao Wensheng plucked up his courage and said to Hu Chunhua, "Mom, if I married Suizhuan, I can raise her children with her. We don't need a cent from our old Zhao's family." Hu Chunhua snorted. "Lao Wu, what do you mean? Shouldn't the money you get be given to our old Zhao's family? Why do you have spare money to raise other people's children?" Mom, since you said so, let's split up. As long as I'm with Suejuan, I don't need anything at home. I can directly live with Suejuan. Zhao Wensheng plucked up his courage and said. He knew that under normal circumstances, it was impossible to split up. Chapter 963. Since that was the case, old Zhao's family would have nothing to do with the separation of the family assets. Hu Chunhua pointed at Zhao Wensheng angrily. Lao Wu, our old Zhao's family suffered a lot when we were studying with you. Now you want to separate because of a woman? Do you want your mother to die of anger? Zhao Wensheng lowered his head. Mom, I have no choice. Old Zhao's first branch and second branch heard Zhao Wensheng's words and started to think about it. If what Zhao Wensheng said was true, it would undoubtedly be beneficial for the other branches if they separated from the family assets. With Zhao Wensheng's share, the other branches would be able to get more when old Zhao's family separated from the family assets. Especially the first branch, they were worried that they wouldn't have a new house when Zhao Tianhu got married. After all, old Zhao's family only had so many houses, and a newlywed couple couldn't possibly live in the same house with them. If Zhao Wensheng moved away, Zhao Wensheng's house could be used as a new house for Zhao Tianhu. In addition, although Zhao Wensheng was a scholar and would be of great help to old Zhao's family, if he passed the imperial examinations, they couldn't count on him. Zhao Wensheng was getting older. If he had the potential to pass the imperial examinations, he would have done so long ago. Zhao Tianlong was enough. Judging from the situation this year, he could pass the imperial examinations. Therefore, the first branch should support Zhao Wensheng's separation instead of continuing to stand on Hu Chunhua's side. Before Hu Chunhua could continue, Feng Zhongxia said to Liang Jinxiao, Mom, there's nothing wrong with what fifth brother is doing. After all, he is marrying a woman. If fifth brother wants to separate from the family assets, old Zhao's family doesn't need to raise an outsider's child. Li Chuiying also said, That's right, Mom. I think we should follow fifth brother's suggestion. Our old Zhao family can't suffer a loss for nothing if fifth brother marries her. Mother, forget it, forget it. You also know fifth brother's temper. You can't stop him from doing anything. Instead of making yourself angry, it's better to follow fifth brother's heart. If fifth brother is like this, he won't cause trouble for our family. Zhao Yuner listened from the side and sighed in her heart. These people in old Zhao's family were all shrewd people. Once there were benefits, they would speak up for Zhao Wensheng. If there were no benefits to be gained from this, they would probably be following Liang Jinxiao's lead and making fun of him. Zhao Yun felt that there was nothing wrong with Zhao Wensheng's approach. This was considered a better solution. In fact, he often didn't stay at old Zhao's house, so it didn't matter if he had his own room or not. As for the fields, Zhao Wensheng didn't know how to manage them himself, so he would definitely hand them over to someone else. He taught himself and had a stable income. In addition to the 20 taels of silver that he had previously earned, he had a stable income. His life certainly wouldn't be too poor. However, if Zhao Wensheng gave up these things, he could separate from old Zhao's family, and there would be a lot less troubles in the future. Zhao Baoshan sighed deeply. Lao Wu, you said it yourself. It's fine as long as you don't regret it in the future. But if we separate from the family assets, old Zhao's family won't help you with this wedding. Zhao Wensheng looked at Jin Suejuan and asked for her opinion. As long as she was a woman, she would definitely look forward to a wedding. Zhao Wensheng didn't want Jin Suejuan to suffer too much. Chapter 964. When Zhao Wensheng heard this, he was very touched. Suejuan, believe me, I will definitely treat you well in the future. Zhao Wensheng promised Jin Suejuan. Jin Suejuan nodded her head heavily and responded. After Zhao Wensheng promised Jin Suejuan, he said to Zhao Baoshan, Father, you can do whatever you want. I just want to be with Suejuan. Zhao Baoshan was very helpless. Since that was the case, he could only do this. Too many things had happened recently, and Zhao Baoshan was beginning to feel annoyed. So he sat on the stool and began to smoke the tobacco in his hand. As the smoke drifted in the air, the originally depressed mood became slightly better. Hu Chunhua wanted to say something, but she swallowed it back. Now, she did not want to say a word to Zhao Wensheng. This brat really hurt her heart. Leave tonight. If there's nothing else, don't come back in the future. I'll treat it as if I didn't raise you as a son. After Hu Chunhua finished speaking, she went into her house angrily. Zhao Wensheng sighed on the spot. He took Jin Suijuan's hand and prepared to rush back to the town later. In fact, when they came back, they only wanted to talk about the matter. They did not plan to spend the night. Jin Suijuan's child was still taken care of by the neighbor next door. It was okay for her to help look after the child for a while, but she could not help to look after the child forever. Seeing that Zhao Wensheng was about to leave, Zhao Yun called out to Zhao Wensheng, "Fifth uncle, it's not easy for you to come back. Come into our house and rest for a while. Drink some water while you're at it." Zhao Wensheng met Zhao Yun's smiling face and nodded. Okay. With that, Zhao Wensheng pulled Jin Suijuan along. When they reached the third house, Zhao Yun poured a glass of water for Zhao Wensheng and Jin Suijuan. She called out to Jin Suijuan affectionately, "Fifth aunt, come and drink some water. Don't be shy." Jin Suijuan was a little embarrassed when Zhao Yun directly called her fifth aunt. Her ears turned slightly red. She took the water from Zhao Yun and said to Zhao Yun, "Thank you." Zhao Yun waved her hand. "Fifth aunt, you're too polite." Seeing Zhao Yun calling her fifth aunt so intimately and naturally, it seemed that Zhao Yun really recognized her as fifth aunt. Jin Suijuan was touched. She thought about how old Zhao's family had humiliated her before and compared it with Zhao Yun's current state. They were obviously a family, so why was there such a big difference? With such a strong contrast, Liang Jinxiao liked Zhao Yun even more. After Zhao Wensheng drank the water, his complexion was still not very good. Zhao Yun asked with a smile, "Fifth uncle, are you unhappy?" Zhao Wensheng was struck dumb for a second, then sighed. "Well, your grandpa and grandma," Zhao Yun curled the corners of her mouth and comforted him. "Fifth uncle, don't think about what grandpa, grandma, and the others said. Just treat them as farts. Now you can be with the future fifth aunt. Don't you think so?" Zhao Wensheng still sighed. "Well, although we're together, it's too unfair for Suijuan if we don't even have a formality. Which girl didn't want to be married in a proper way and be married off in a grand and glorious manner? They didn't even have a wedding ceremony, so it was nothing for them to be together. They were just like lovers. They didn't have a status, so they weren't officially husband and wife." Chapter 965. Jin Suijuan could say that she didn't care, but Zhao Wensheng felt guilty in his heart. He didn't want Jin Suijuan to be wronged at all, so he had to hold a decent wedding ceremony. But now, it seemed that it was impossible. Zhao Yun laughed lightly. "Uncle Wu, there's nothing to worry about. Since Grandpa and Grandma won't hold a wedding ceremony for you, we'll hold one for you. My house will be built in less than a month. After it's built, fifth uncle and fifth aunt's wedding can be held in my new house. At that time, it will be more glamorous." Zhao Wensheng's eyes lit up when he heard that. He asked Zhao Yun, "Can we really do that?" "Why not?" "Uncle Wu, don't worry. When the time comes, I'll help you with this matter." "Great. That's great." "Haha, but Uncle Wu, there's one thing that you did very quickly. How did Aunt Wu get pregnant so soon?" Being teased by Zhao Yun like that, Zhao Wensheng and Jin Suijuan both felt very shy and embarrassed. In fact, the two of them had been together for a long time, and they got along very well with each other. Therefore, after Zhao Wensheng's confession, it was easy for sparks to fly between them. As a result, Jin Suijuan's stomach naturally became pregnant. Liang Jinxiao also came over at this time. "Haha, Brother Wu, congratulations. After all, your future marriage has been decided, and you'll be a father soon. I only hope that sister-in-law can be pregnant with a boy, so that your family will have descendants." Zhao Wensheng smiled at Liang Jinxiao. "Thank you, sister-in-law. Don't mention it. Why don't you have dinner before you leave? I'll go and cook some good food for you." Zhao Wensheng shook his head. "Thank you for your kindness, sister-in-law, but Suijuan and I have to leave after a while. We still have to rush back to the town. If we eat dinner, it will probably be dark by the time we get back to town. Suejuan's 2 children are still being taken care of by others. We have to go back early to take care of the children. After Zhao Wensheng's explanation, Liang Jinxiao did not force him to stay. Zhao Wensheng and Jin Suejuan continued to sit at the 3rd branch's place for a short while before returning. Zhao Yuner took a set of Zhao Wenhua's clothes and left. When she returned to her room, she pushed the door open and saw Yili taking off all his clothes. Zhao Yuner screamed in fright. She had noticed and had seen everything. Then she quickly closed her eyes and said to Yili, "Why did you take off your clothes for no reason?" Yili felt a little guilty. "I'm sorry, Yuner. I just wanted to check my injuries. I didn't expect you to come back so suddenly." Zhao Yun sighed. She couldn't blame him. Speaking of which, she was the one who had seen his body. She should have taken advantage of him. After all, Yili was such a handsome man. Many people probably wanted to see his body. "All right, don't say sorry. It's fine. You can change into this set of clothes first," Zhao Yuner said, and threw the clothes in her hand to him. Then she reminded Yili, "Next time when you change into this set of clothes, you must close the door tightly." This time it was his upper body that was good-looking. In fact, there was nothing to see. But if he took off his pants and she saw the thing below, it would be really bad. Yili replied, "Okay, Yuner, I got it." Chapter 966. Zhao Yuner had accidentally seen Mu Lianfeng's private part before, and she was still traumatized. If Mu Lianfeng were to find out that she had looked at a man's crotch, even if it was an accident, he would definitely be extremely jealous with his character. Yili answered, "Okay, Yuner, I got it." When Yili was about to put on his clothes, Mulan came to his house. The moment she pushed the door open, she saw Yi Li's naked upper body. Mulan had the same reaction as Zhao Yuner. She screamed at first, but didn't move her eyes away from Yi Li's body. Instead, she continued to stare at Yi Li's body. Yi Li felt embarrassed being stared at by Mulan, and he hurriedly put on his clothes. Mulan blinked her eyes, then realized what was going on. Zhao Yuner really admired Mulan. She was such a lustful woman. She wasn't shy at all when she stared at another man's naked body. Zhao Yuner really wanted to ask Mulan. Wasn't she afraid that Zhu Eru would be jealous if he found out? Mulan cleared her throat and said to Zhao Yuner, "Yuner, what are you doing?" Zhao Yuner hurriedly said, "Mulan, don't get me wrong. There's nothing going on between us." Mulan didn't believe her. She looked at Zhao Yuner and Yi Li from head to toe, then said, "Yuner, no matter what, you can't be so impulsive. I know that Lord Yi is a good man, but..." Zhao Yuner looked at Mulan helplessly. "Can't you stop imagining things like this?" Zhao Yuner found that the hole in Mulan's brain was really not ordinary. "Mulan, don't get me wrong. What are you thinking? Am I that kind of person?" Mulan shook her head. "Yuner, I believe you. You're definitely not that kind of person." Zhao Yuner was about to say, "That's enough." Mulan added, "Well, Mr. Yi is such a stunningly handsome man, so it's normal for him to be seduced by her sometimes." The corner of Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched, and a few black lines appeared on her forehead. She was completely convinced by Mulan's words. There was nothing serious, but she made it sound like there was something serious. Yi Li, who was sitting on the mattress on the floor, looked even more embarrassed. Because Mulan's words made it easy for people to think that he was seducing Zhao Yuner. Although he likes Zhao Yuner, he is a gentleman in the end. He knows that Zhao Yuner already has a husband, so seducing this kind of thing is definitely not something he can do. "Mulan, come here." Zhao Yuner waved at Mulan. Zhao Yuner was confused, but she still walked to Zhao Yuner and asked, "Yuner, what's wrong?" Zhao Yuner smiled, reached out her hand, and touched Mulan's forehead. Mulan looked at Zhao Yuner in confusion. "Yuner, what's wrong? I just want to see whether you're sick or not." Mulan was struck dumb for a second, then said to Zhao Yuner aggrievedly, "Yuner, you said that on purpose, didn't you?" "Yes, what are you thinking? There's nothing between Yi Li and me. We didn't do anything, so don't think too much." like you, I suddenly barged in and saw him taking off his clothes. Mulan nodded. Only then did she look like she understood. Chapter 967. However, it's really inconvenient for Mr. Yi to stay here. I don't have any extra rooms in my house. Why don't you stay in my house? Zhao Yuner shook her head. Forget it. It's safer for him to stay in my house. Even if you have extra rooms in your house, I don't want him to stay in my house. The more people see him, the more dangerous it will be. Mulan nodded. She felt that Zhao Yuner was right. If there were more people, Yi Li's whereabouts would be revealed. It was a very sensitive period now. The government was arresting people and the wanted list was posted in the village. Therefore, almost everyone in the village knew about it. If it was seen by the villagers, they would definitely sell the news of Yi Li for the reward, not to mention other things. Yi Li listened to the conversation between Zhao Yuner and Mulan. He looked at Zhao Yuner apologetically. I'm sorry for causing you trouble. Mulan realized that she shouldn't have said that to Zhao Yuner in front of her. She hurriedly waved her hand. Mr. Yi, you misunderstood me. In fact, I didn't mean to hurt you. Don't think too much about it. You just need to recover from your injuries first. Sure. Yi Li nodded, but he had other thoughts in his mind. Zhao Yuner made some food for Yi Li in advance for dinner. Then she went to the third branch's house to have dinner with them. In 5 days, Zhao Pinger would be married. Zhao Yuner was a little excited at the thought of it. Yuner, let's go and get Pinger's custom-made wedding dress tomorrow, Liang Jinxiao said. As early as a few days ago, when Zhao Yun went to Red Jade Villa, Liang Jinxiao, under Zhao Pinger's request, specially found a clothing shop to make a set of clothes for Zhao Pinger. This set of clothes cost 1 tael of silver. After all, it was her first time getting married. Every girl would want to dress up beautifully, and Zhao Ping was no exception. However, under normal circumstances, the villagers were all poor. How could they have the spare money to make a wedding dress? They would just wear a bright red dress when they got married. Only the daughters of landlords or those who had some extra money and wanted to marry their daughters off would consider making a set of wedding clothes. Only after Zhao Yun's incident did she know that Liang Jinxiao had spent the money for Zhao Pinger. She felt a burst of pain in her heart. With Zhao Pinger's appearance, even if the wedding dress was beautiful, it would be a waste to wear it on her. Okay, mother, Zhao Yun responded. When Zhao Pinger heard this, she was exceptionally excited. Mother, then hurry back tomorrow. Hee, I want to change into it quickly and see if it looks good on me. Zhao Yun rolled her eyes. She didn't know when Zhao Pinger would be able to realize it. While Zhao Pinger was daydreaming, she pulled Liang Jinxiao's hand and said coquettishly, Mother, can you bring some rouge and silk flowers back for me? I also need to dress myself up. Pinger, don't waste the money. Rouge is not cheap. It won't look good on your face at all. You'd better save the money. Zhao Yun said sarcastically. Zhao Yun, what do you mean? Zhao Pinger stared at Zhao Yun angrily, as if a basin of cold water had been poured on her. Zhao Yun's mouth hooked up and smiled. Sister Ping, what's wrong with you? Can't you understand human language now? You bitch, what do you mean? Chapter 968. Mom, look at what Zhao Pinger is saying. She's too much. Mom, please scold her. Zhao Yun grabbed Liang Jinxiao's hand, shook it, and begged. Liang Jinxiao had a headache. Everything was fine. Why did she make a fuss again? Liang Jinxiao comforted her. Pinger Yun is right. These things are expensive. Didn't I buy some for you before? Why do you want new ones when you haven't used them up? Mom, there's not much left. It'll be used up in a while. Mom, I'm about to get married. Why are you unwilling to give me such a small amount of money? Liang Jinxiao couldn't help but frown because of Zhao Pinger. Alas, Pinger, this girl, really? Seeing that Liang Jinxiao was about to agree with Zhao Pinger, Zhao Yun couldn't help but say, Zhao Pinger, it's easy for you to say. I've spent a lot of money on you. You don't earn a penny, but you're shameless enough to ask for things. Being humiliated by Zhao Yun, Zhao Pinger, blushed and almost fought with Zhao Yun. Alright, Ping, don't make a fuss. You're going to get married in a few days. Don't make a fuss, or the wound on your face will be worse. The swelling on your face hasn't gone down yet. Have a good rest these few days, and you'll look better when you get married. Hearing Liang Jinxiao's words, Zhao Ping touched her face. She still remembered the pain she had suffered from Zhao Yun last time. If she was taught a lesson by Zhao Yun again, wouldn't she become a pig's head? Zhao Ping endured the grievance in her heart. In order to not look too ugly when she got married, she decided to forget about it. Zhao Ping glared at Zhao Yun angrily, then sat aside. Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Yun discussed the things they still needed to buy. Zhao Ping would buy the things she needed for the wedding banquet later. After all, those vegetables, meat, and other things would go bad if they were bought too early. As for the wedding candies, peanuts, and melon seeds, they had already bought some dowry furniture, wash bowls, and other things, which had to be prepared in 2 days. Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao chatted for a while. Zhao Tianen came back from the land ahead of time. Mom, can you give me some candies? Zhao Tianen asked shyly. Liang Jinxiao thought that Zhao Tianen wanted to eat, so she nodded. You child, don't be shy about your own things. Mom will get them for you. Thank you, Mom. Zhao Tianen thanked her. Seeing that Zhao Tianen wanted to go out with candies in his hand, Zhao Yun was a little curious. Her brother obviously didn't want to eat them. Could it be that he wanted to give them to Ma Xiaofeng? If that was the case, Zhao Yun could only say that her brother didn't want to give up on Ma Xiaofeng. Zhao Yun was curious, so she went out to take a look. Then she saw a familiar figure standing outside. This person wasn't Ma Xiaofeng but Mu Hin. The moment she saw Mu Hin, Zhao Yun felt relieved. In fact, she didn't object to Zhao Tianen being with anyone, as long as it wasn't a scheming woman like Ma Xiaofeng who might mess up their family. Their family's life finally got better, and they didn't want it to be like old Zhao's family before they separated. Seeing that her brother was suddenly so close to Mu Hin, Zhao Yun was very happy. Chapter 969. In addition, Mu Hin's sister was Mu Lan, who had a good relationship with him. Compared to people like Qian Chuanxiu, she was definitely much better. Now, if Zhao Tianen and Mu Hin were together, it was estimated that Zhao Tianen would slowly fall in love with Mu Hin. With a new girl, he would naturally forget about Ma Xiaofeng. Of course, this was something that Zhao Yun was happy to see. Zhao Tianen walked in front of Mu Hin. Mu Hin's face was full of shyness. She lowered her head and was a little embarrassed to look at Zhao Tianen. If Zhao Tianen didn't force her to come, she probably wouldn't have come. This is candy. I specially brought it for you. You can eat it. Zhao Tianen took out the candy from his pocket and handed it to Mu Hin. The reason why he went home specially to give Mu Hin candy was that during his chat with Mu Hin, he found out that Mu Hin had never eaten candy before. It wasn't that Mu Hin's family didn't have candy, but Mu Hin was a girl and was very disliked in the Mu family. Therefore, even if there were candy at home, she wouldn't have a share. She couldn't eat it. Mu Hin didn't expect that Zhao Tianen would remember her casual mention. Zhao Tianen said that he had candy at home and could take some out for her to try. Mu Hin couldn't resist Zhao Tianen's enthusiasm at all, so she had to be dragged over by Zhao Tianen. However, Mu Hin's heart was still very touched because there were too few people who were so good to her since she was a child. Thank you. Mu Hin took it with some embarrassment and said to Zhao Tianen. Looking at Mu Hin's faint smile, Zhao Tianen felt that Mu Hin was very charming. Actually, Mu Hin's looks were not that stunning, but he gave people a comfortable feeling. Looking at Mu Hin's smile, Zhao Tianen felt a sweetness in his heart. You're welcome, Zhao Tianen said with a smile. In fact, after he heard about Mu Hin's experience in the Mu clan, he sympathized with him. Her previous life was even worse than the third branches in old Zhao's house. Zhao Tianen knew the feeling of being bullied by family members. Mu Hin was so pitiful, so Zhao Tianen felt that no matter what, he had to treat Mu Hin better. This girl was too pitiful and needed to be loved. Hurry up and eat. Let's see what it tastes like. Zhao Tianen urged. I don't want to eat them. Why don't we keep them? Mu Hin said in a weak voice. In fact, she wanted to keep some to take back because her older sister had several children in her home. These candies could be given to those children. Children all liked to eat candies. As an adult, it was fine for her to eat less. Eat them. If you run out, I have more at home. I'll get more for you. Zhao Tianan said with a smile. Zhao Tianan said as if he was afraid that Mu Xian wouldn't eat it. He took a piece of candy, peeled off the candy wrapper, and put it in front of Mu Xian's mouth. He said to Mu Xian, "Eat it." Since the candy was already in front of her mouth, there was no reason for Mu Hin not to eat it. She looked at Zhao Tianan a little shyly, then swallowed the candy in the end. "It's delicious and sweet," Mu Hin said to Zhao Tianan in a low voice with her cheeks flushed because of shyness. It was the first time that Mu Hin had eaten candy. The candy tasted really good and it was sweet when it entered her mouth. "Eat more if you like it. If you want to eat more, just tell me. I'll get more for you," Zhao Tianan said with a smile. Chapter 970. Zhao Tianan also smiled shyly. I'm not a good person either." "Of course you're a good person. No one has ever been so nice to me. Then I'll treat you even better in the future," Zhao Tianan said to Mu Hin as if he was making a promise. He did have this idea in his heart. In his opinion, Mu Hin was really too pitiful. If he didn't treat this girl better, who would treat her better? Zhao Tianan and Mu Hin didn't know that their intimate scene was not only seen by Zhao Yun, but also by Ma Xiaofeng, who was not far away. Ma Xiaofeng saw that Zhao Tianan had been ignoring her these days, and she couldn't accept it in her heart. She originally planned to put Zhao Tianan aside for a few days, thinking that Zhao Tianan would miss her and couldn't wait to find her again. At that time, she could manipulate Zhao Tianan, who knew that Zhao Tianan didn't even come to find her after not seeing her for a few days. Ma Xiaofeng felt depressed when she thought about it. Why was it so different from what she had expected? Could it be that Zhao Tianan really didn't like her anymore? Even if he had a change of heart, it shouldn't be so fast, right? It was precisely because of this thought that Ma Xiaofeng felt that she couldn't continue to stay at home and do nothing. If Zhao Tianan didn't come to find her, she would go to Zhao Tianan. Things were different now. If it were in the past, she could continue to ignore Zhao Tianan. Now there was Mu Hin. With Mu Hin strolling in front of Zhao Tianan all day long and seducing Zhao Tianan would be easily bewitched, and it would be easy for him to be with Mu Hin in the future. Ma Xiaofeng felt that she wasn't stupid enough to let Zhao Tianan go. After all, Zhao Yun's family's conditions were there. If they missed this opportunity, there wouldn't be another one. Therefore, when she saw Zhao Tianan and Mu Hin's intimate actions, a sense of danger rose in Ma Xiaofeng's heart. Jealousy welled up in his heart. Ma Xiaofeng bit her lower lip and glared hatefully in the direction of Zhao Tianan and Mu Hin. In Ma Xiaofeng's opinion, the reason why Zhao Tianan acted like this was because Mu Hin, the shameless bitch, was shamelessly sticking to Zhao Tianan. She had to think of a solution. She couldn't let it continue like this. If this continued, it was likely that Zhao Tianan would really fall in love with Mu Hin. Ma Xiaofeng clenched his fists, took a deep breath, and called in the direction of Zhao Tianan. Tianan, hearing Ma Xiaofeng's voice, Zhao Tianan was stunned. Zhao Yun heard it and couldn't help but frown. Ma Xiaofeng, she was like a troublemaker again. It wasn't easy for her younger brother to have some feelings for Mu Hin. She couldn't let Zhao Tianan ruin it. However, Zhao Yun didn't want to get involved. She had to see how her younger brother would deal with it. Only Zhao Tianan could handle it himself. Zhao Tianan never expected that Ma Xiaofeng would come to his house. He thought that Ma Xiaofeng must have seen the intimate scene between him and Mu Hin and misunderstood something. He couldn't help but feel a little worried. Then he thought about it. What was he worried about? Since he didn't intend to be with Ma Xiaofeng in the future, even if Ma Xiaofeng misunderstood him, it didn't matter. Chapter 971. Zhao Tianan didn't want to go over, but he heard Ma Xiaofeng calling him again. Tianan. Seeing Zhao Tianan frowning, Mu Xian wondered if there was a problem between Zhao Tianan and Ma Xiaofeng, and if this problem was related to her, so she was a bit worried. Tianan, they're calling you. You should go over now. I need to go back now. Mu Hin felt that she was an eyesore in front of Zhao Tianan and Ma Xiaofeng, so she directly left. Zhao Tianan sighed looking at Mu Hin's back, then looked at Ma Xiaofeng. In the end, Zhao Tianan still walked towards Ma Xiaofeng.
He wanted to know why Ma Xiaofeng came to see him.
Ma Xiaofeng was happy to see Zhao Tianan walking towards her. When Zhao Tianan was right in front of her, she called out to Zhao Tianan happily. Tianan? Zhao Tianan frowned a little, then said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, why did you come to my house? Ma Xiaofeng sounded a little aggrieved. Tianan, I didn't find you on your property, so I came to find you. Why did you come to see me? Zhao Tianan asked in a gentle tone. After all, he couldn't ignore Ma Xiaofeng all of a sudden. Tianan, why didn't you come to see me for so long? I missed you so much. Didn't you miss me? Ma Xiaofeng looked at Zhao Tianan with a pitiful look. If an ordinary person saw this, they would definitely feel a trace of pity. Zhao Tianan's heart trembled when he heard Ma Xiaofeng's words. Ma Xiaofeng's words made Zhao Tianan feel indescribable. How could he not miss her? But every time he missed her, he would control himself because it was meaningless. Instead, it made him feel miserable. Unless he could earn 50 taels of silver, he would have a chance to talk to Ma Xiaofeng again. He didn't want to waste his time. However, when Zhao Tianan didn't respond, Ma Xiaofeng thought Zhao Tianan didn't miss her. Ma Xiaofeng panicked. If Zhao Tianan didn't miss her, then he might really have a change of heart.
How could that be?
If Zhao Tianan didn't like her, she couldn't marry into the Zhao family. In the whole village, no, in the whole town, there was no better family than Zhao Yun. Ma Xiaofeng understood that once Zhao Yun married into the prince's mansion and became the princess consort, the Zhao family would be extraordinary in the future. Tianan, do you like Mu Hin? Tianan, don't be fooled by her. She's not a good woman. You don't know what the people in the village say about her. She even seduced her own brother-in-law. This kind of woman is too disgusting. She's definitely not sincere to you, Ma Xiaofeng said to Zhao Tianan anxiously. Zhao Tianan looked at Ma Xiaofeng like he didn't know her. In his impression, Ma Xiaofeng wasn't that kind of person.
How could she say that?
He knew the rumors in the village, but after interacting with Mu Hin, Zhao Tianan knew that Mu Hin wasn't that kind of person. Xiaofeng, I know what you're saying. There's nothing between me and Mu Hin, but I believe that Mu Hin isn't that kind of person. You just don't know her. Tianan you. Chapter 972. Zhao Yun heaved a sigh of relief when she saw that her younger brother was no longer a fool. Ma Xiaofeng, that be *tch, made Zhao Yun angry when she heard what she said. She originally thought that Zhao Tianan had been persuaded by Ma Xiaofeng. Mu Hin was such a good girl. As her younger brother, she couldn't give up so easily. Fortunately, Zhao Tianan didn't listen to what Ma Xiaofeng said. Zhao Yun had a simple meal at the third branch's house for dinner. Then, she brought some dinner for Yili. The next day, she brought Zhao Ping's wedding dress back from Yang City. The bright red wedding dress looked very dazzling and beautiful. However, when she thought about wearing it on Zhao Yun felt that it was really a waste of beautiful clothes. As for the wash basin, boxes, and other furniture, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao went to the store to buy them. These things didn't cost much, only a few hundred copper coins. Yun, do you want to make a set of your wedding dress first? Liang Jinxiao asked. She was more concerned about Zhao Yun's marriage. Zhao Yun, I didn't know when she would marry Mu Lianfeng, so there was no hurry to make the wedding dress. No need, mother. I'm not in a hurry. Liang Jinxiao sighed slightly. Child, if you can get married soon, you should discuss it with the heir apparent. Don't delay it. Zhao Yun nodded. I know, mother. You don't have to worry about this. I know what to do. That's good. When they returned to old Zhao's house, Zhao Yun's second aunt, second uncle, and Zhao Yun's other unmarried cousin, Su Lady, came together. Zhao Yun originally thought that her second aunt wouldn't come. She didn't expect that her second aunt wouldn't come until the end. This time, she didn't come alone. It was a family of 3. Zhao Yun couldn't help but wonder if they came specially to freeload. Once they arrived at old Zhao's courtyard, Liang Jinfin exclaimed, "Eldest sister, I'm here." Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao both walked out. "Second sister, brother-in-law, and lady, you're all here?" Liang Jinxiao. Su Dashan also greeted Liang Jinxiao. "Yes, yes, eldest sister." Su lady also walked up to Liang Jinxiao and greeted Liang Jinxiao. "Eldest aunt." Hearing Su lady's crisp greeting, Liang Jinxiao also smiled and responded, Lady, you've grown taller and more beautiful." After all, Liang Jinfin and Liang Jinxiao's families didn't interact much, so Liang Jinxiao didn't see this niece of his. In the past few years, the child had grown up a lot, so the changes were also great. Io, I'm so tired after walking such a long distance." "Sai, eldest sister, your house is really far away. We've walked for so long and finally arrived. My feet are probably going to be covered in blisters." Liang Jinfin grumbled. After Liang Jinfin finished speaking, Su lady also patted her own legs, looking very tired. Liang Jinxiao hurriedly called out, "Second sister, brother-in-law, hurry up and rest in the house. Then have a glass of water." "Okay." Liang Jinfin responded faintly. Zhao Yun really couldn't stand it anymore. Her second aunt was really interesting. Did she really think of herself as a rich lady? She had only walked a short distance and was already complaining. Chapter 973. Zhao Yun, sarcasm made Liang Jinfin very unhappy. She reprimanded Zhao Yun. Yun, what do you mean by that? So, what if I'm tired after walking for so long? So, what if your parents aren't tired? So, what if I'm tired? Eldest sister, look at your good daughter. How can she talk to her elders like that? She's so insensible. Liang Jinxiao frowned. Why did they suddenly quarrel again? She was in the middle and could only comfort them. Second sister, don't argue with Yun. She doesn't mean anything. Haha, she really doesn't know the rules at all. We're guests, so just treat us well. She doesn't know the rules. Fortunately, she's one of us. If it were someone else, I don't know what they'd say. They'd probably say she has no manners. As Liang Jinfin spoke, she reminded Su lady, you mustn't be like your cousin Yun, okay? Su lady answered weakly. Zhao Yun looked at Liang Jinfin as if she was looking at an idiot. It was a waste of breath to argue with an idiot. Hence, she sneered and replied, Second aunt, it's my business that I have no manners. You don't have to worry about this. Liang Jinfin choked with anger. She didn't have much energy left, so she didn't have the strength to quarrel with Zhao Yun. It was better to go into the house to rest and catch her breath. After entering the house of the third branch, she began to nitpick. Eldest sister, why is your house so small? It's so dark. Liang Jinxiao smiled helplessly and said, Eldest sister, hasn't my house always been like this? It's so uncomfortable to stay in this house. Liang Jinfin muttered again. She didn't know if she was deliberately nitpicking. Liang Jinfin's words made Liang Jinxiao extremely embarrassed.
She didn't know what to say.
Second sister, just make do with it and rest for a while. This house is too small and run down. I can't do anything about it, can I? Liang Jinxiao persuaded. Her new house hadn't been built yet. If it was built, it wouldn't be like this. She also wanted to move into the new house earlier, but there was a process involved. It's true. It's your fault that your family is poor. Liang Jinfin said sarcastically. Liang Jinxiao smiled sheepishly. Second sister, my family's house is better than yours. Yours are your house is your house. Your family is rich and can't live houses is. I know. Big sister, let's rest. You and Yun can go and cook. Oh right, since we're here today, you have to prepare some delicious food for us. It can't be too shabby. Okay. Looking at Liang Jinfin's expression, Zhao Yun really wanted to slap her. How could there be such an annoying person? She really regretted it. If she had known that Liang Jinfin would be like this when she came to her house, she wouldn't have let her come. What kind of person did she think she was? Great. Now that she came to her house, she acted like an ancestor and asked people to serve her. Yun felt unhappy just thinking about it. Let's go, Yun. Let's go and cook. Liang Jinxiao called out to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun nodded. Compared to staying in the house and looking at Liang Jinfin, she was more willing to go to the kitchen and cook. Chapter 974. Zhao Yun also smiled. How could she take it to heart? A dog had bitten a person, and the person couldn't possibly bite the dog back. Mother, it's all right. But, Mother, I do regret letting second aunt come to our house. It's as if we owe her something. Why is she so unreasonable? Liang Jinxiao sighed softly. Sigh, Yun forget it. There's nothing we can do about it. Your second aunt's character is like that. She's been like this for so many years. She won't be able to change in such a short time. We don't interact much on a daily basis, so it's fine if we don't interact with her. Zhao Yun responded. Fortunately, she didn't have to deal with him often. If she was like old Zhao's family and embarrassed in front of him all day long, she would be disgusted to death. Zhao Yun, I didn't prepare any special food for Liang Jinfin's family. She just ate the usual food. Even so, it wasn't shabby. After all, there was meat. Even the villagers could only eat it during festive occasions. In the third room, Liang Jinfin's family drank tea and chatted while resting. Su Lady complained, Mother, why did you ask me to come over when it's so far away? I'm so tired. You silly child. Let's eat more when there's one more person. We can't give the gift money for nothing. Let's eat more when we go back. Su Lady's mouth twitched. He was wondering what his mother was thinking. So this was what she was thinking. Mother, the food in our stomach will be digested after a while. Why would we tire ourselves out by walking? We might as well not come. Liang Jinfin glanced at Su Lady with an expression that said, This child doesn't understand. Lady, this is different. You ate your aunt's food, but you don't have any less food. No matter what, we can't let your aunt take advantage of us for nothing. Su Lady didn't know what to say to Liang Jinfin. He suffered so much for such a small amount of food. So, what if his aunt's family took advantage of him? He really didn't understand. Oh, Mother, it smells so good. It smells like meat. Su Lady stretched his nose and sniffed. Sure enough, this was the smell. It smelled really good. Although the Su family was quite rich, that was only in this village. Compared to the average family, they were indeed much wealthier. Therefore, he didn't eat meat often. Basically, he only ate it once or twice a month. When everyone bought meat together, the amount of meat each person could eat was still relatively small. Therefore, meat was more attractive to Liang Jinfin and his family. Yes. Since we're here, he'll definitely cook meat for us. Mother, we haven't eaten meat for a few days. I'm dying of hunger. Then eat more later. Mother was right to let you come. If there's meat to eat, of course I'll come. Mother, even though it's like that, it's still quite torturous to eat this bit of meat. Ha! Liang Jinfin laughed heartily. You little girl, you really can't bear a little bit of hardship. But this is a good thing. In the future, you will definitely be able to marry into a good family like your sister. Speaking of this, Su Lady responded shyly. At this time, the people who went to work came back. Qin Yuan walked while wiping the beads of sweat on his forehead. Zhao Ping followed behind him. Seeing Qin Yuan working made her heart ache. For the past 2 days, Qin Yuan's attitude towards her could be said to be extremely disgusted. She didn't know if it was because of her swollen face. Could it be that he despised her for being too ugly? Chapter 975. Big Brother Yuan, slow down. Why are you in such a rush? Qin Yuan glanced at Zhao Ping indifferently. Can you not be so annoying? Oh, okay. Big brother Yuan, I just feel sorry for you. Qin Yuan could not be bothered to talk nonsense with Zhao Ping. He was already exhausted from all the work, yet he still had to be annoyed by Zhao Ping. He really wanted to die. Endure a little longer. Endure a little longer. After marrying Zhao Ping, there would be plenty of ways to torment her in the future. Once they entered the house, they saw a few people sitting in the house. Then, Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshun walked over. When they saw Liang Jinfin and her family, they smiled and said, "Oh, second sister, you guys are here too?" Compared to their attitude towards Liang Jinyu, Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui's attitude could be said to be very different. It was only because the Su family's conditions were good. If the Su family's conditions were not good enough, Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui would definitely not have a good attitude. Yeah, we're here to give Ping some money as a gift. Big brother, second brother, why are you guys here too? Are you also here to give Ping some money as a gift? Liang Jinfin still did not know that Zhao Yun'er's family was building a house, so she thought that Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui were here for the same reason. Liang Jinshun waved his hand and said, "No, second sister. It's because big sister's family is building a house. Second brother and I are masons, so we came over to help out." So that's the case. Liang Jinfin nodded, but sighed in her heart. Could it be that her eldest sister's family was so rich that they were starting to build a house? Building a house was not easy. It would cost a lot of money. It was not something that an ordinary family could casually take out. Liang Jinfin thought about how she had complained about Liang Jinxiao's house being small and suddenly felt that it was somewhat ironic. She had completely slapped herself in the face. She originally wanted to mock her eldest sister's house, but now her face was burning with pain. Liang Jinfin couldn't bring himself to smile. The corners of her mouth twitched, and she asked with a bit of jealousy, "So Big Sis is building a house. I wonder what kind of house is Big Sis building? Was it an adobe house or a brick house? How big is it?" Liang Jinshun answered Liang Jinfin's questions one by one. "Your eldest sister's house is made of bricks and tiles. There are about 10 of them in total. It's very big. When it's built, it'll definitely be the biggest house in the village. It'll be so grand." When Liang Jinfin heard what Liang Jinshun said, the jealousy in his heart deepened. 10 brick houses? That would be even more impressive than their Su family's house. Liang Jinfin's face looked worse than if he were crying, but he couldn't express his feelings. Chapter 976. After all, Liang Jinfin could not bear to see her siblings living better than her. It would be fine if they were doing well in the beginning. However, the problem was that Liang Jinxiao's family was so much worse than hers in the past. With such a comparison, Liang Jinfin felt a sense of superiority in her heart. When she thought about going back to her maternal family in the future, the people in her maternal family would definitely talk about her eldest sister, and not her. Liang Jinfin felt even more upset in her heart. Since Liang Jinfin's family came over, Zhao Wenhua grabbed some peanuts, melon seeds, and candy. He placed them on the table and asked everyone in the house to eat. These things could not be eaten by the villagers on a daily basis. They would only be willing to buy some during the new year. Therefore, when they saw it, they happily grabbed it and ate it, chatting as they ate. "The food is not ready yet. Eat some of these things first to fill your stomach," Zhao Wenhua said with a smile. "Brother-in-law, you're too polite," Su Dashan said with a smile. "You all came all the way here. It's only right to be polite," Zhao Wenhua said with a smile. "Come, let's eat." Everyone else ate happily. Only Liang Jinfin felt that the food was tasteless in his mouth. If it was in the past, he would have eaten all these things in excitement. However, because he was in a bad mood, he did not feel anything when he ate. The few of them had not eaten for a while. Zhao Yun'er and Liang Jinxiao had already prepared the meal. They brought the food into the house and called for everyone to eat. "It's time to eat. The food is still the best. Let's eat." Brother-in-law, put away the melon seeds, peanuts, and candy on the table. We'll eat them tomorrow, Liang Jinshun said. Okay. Just as Zhao Wenhua was about to put it away, Liang Jinfin looked at it and could not bear to. She had only eaten a little and was already taking it away. Her eldest brother and second brother could eat it tomorrow, but she could not eat it. Liang Jinfin thought about it. He couldn't let Zhao Wenhua take it away so easily. Thus, he hurriedly said to Zhao Wenhua, "Brother-in-law, grab some candies for me. My little brother hasn't eaten yet." Zhao Wenhua paused for a moment before handing the candy over.
Come, eat more.
Zhao Wenhua was just being polite, but Liang Jinfin took it seriously. Or rather, he had planned to catch a lot of them from the beginning. Liang Jinfin reached out and grabbed a bunch of candies. Looking at Liang Jinfin's appearance, it was as if she couldn't wait to grab as many as possible with one hand. With this grab, there were more than just a few candies. When Zhao Wenhua saw this, he couldn't say anything. Thinking about it, if he couldn't even bear to part with this little candy, his wife's sister would definitely say something. After Liang Jinfin grabbed it, he poked Su Lady, who was beside him. "Come, lady, quickly catch it." When Su Lady saw so many candies, he took them from the bag. "Mother, there's so much," Su Lady exclaimed. "Isn't this great? Go back and eat slowly." Su Lady nodded. "Got it, mother." Liang Jinfin calculated that these candies could be eaten for a lot of money. A bunch of them should be worth 10 copper coins. She felt like she had taken advantage of them. Now, she regretted not eating more peanuts and melon seeds just now. She didn't expect the food to be served so quickly. Liang Jinfin glanced at the table and saw a bowl of red braised pork, fish head tofu, green pepper scrambled eggs, stir-fried vegetables, peanuts, and a vegetable egg soup for herself. What a sumptuous meal! Chapter 977. The better the reception, the more upset Liang Jinfin felt. It seemed like his eldest sister's family was really rich. It was really enviable that she could eat such good food every day. "Big brother-in-law, the food at your house is really good," Su Dashin couldn't help but exclaim. Not only did the food look sumptuous, but it also smelled delicious. The smell made one's mouth water, and they couldn't wait to try it. Zhao Wenhua smiled and waved her hand. "It's nothing. It's just home-cooked food. This is what I usually eat." When Zhao Wenhua said that, Liang Jinfin almost died of jealousy. Liang Jinshun added, "That's right, second sister. That's what we usually eat." Then, Liang Jinshun asked Liang Jinxiao curiously, "Big sister, the last time little sister came over, you prepared a table full of good food. Why didn't second sister prepare better this time?" Liang Jinshun was also greedy. When he thought about the taste of the braised chicken last time, Liang Jinshuan's mouth watered. The food at that time was too good, plus Zhao Yun'er's cooking, it really made people have a rich aftertaste after eating it once. Liang Jinfin felt uncomfortable when he heard that. Her eldest brother meant that when Liang Jinxiao saw Liang Jinyu come over, Liang Jinxiao treated her well. However, when he came over, Liang Jinxiao didn't treat him well. In comparison, her eldest sister didn't treat her as well as her youngest sister. Liang Jinfin's face darkened. He was very unhappy. Liang Jinxiao was very embarrassed. Her eldest brother's words made it seem like she didn't treat him well on purpose. "Big sister, if you have a problem with me, just say it. You don't have to be like this." Liang Jinfin snorted softly. Liang Jinfin thought that Liang Jinxiao held a grudge against them previously. Liang Jinxiao sighed softly and said, "Second sister, I don't have a problem with you. You think too much." "Am I overthinking? If you don't have a problem with it, then it's your Yun'er. What kind of person is this? Since I'm here, I'm a guest, so I have to be treated well. Why is it that when Lil Sis is here, there's better treatment, but when I'm here, everything is the same as usual? If you don't have a problem with me, then you're looking down on me." Liang Jinfin spat out a bunch of nasty words. Zhao Yun'er could not help but snort coldly in her heart. This second aunt of hers was really interesting. It was already good enough that he gave her the food, but she was still trying to act innocent after getting a bargain. Even if she really had a problem with it, it was because Liang Jinfin had done something wrong before that she would have a problem with it. She was not an unreasonable person. After patiently listening to Liang Jinfin's scolding, Zhao Yun smiled and said to Liang Jinfin, "Second aunt, which eye of yours saw that my mother and I have a problem with you? If we really have a problem with it, then the food we prepared for lunch was even worse than usual. Look at the table full of dishes. Ask yourself honestly, can't we serve these dishes to our guests? As for why youngest aunt only prepared better when you came, that's because youngest aunt had informed me before coming, so I prepared the dishes in advance. Of course, the dishes are sumptuous. Who asked second aunt to not inform us before coming? If I hadn't reminded second aunt, I reckon you wouldn't have come, right?" After Zhao Yun finished speaking, Liang Jinfin was speechless. Chapter 978. Liang Jinhui added, "That's right, second sister. It's enough to prepare such a meal. How much better can it be? Normal families won't be able to eat such food. You're the one who's not kind. Why did you only come now? You didn't even inform eldest sister's family when you came. Otherwise, eldest sister would definitely have prepared such delicious food." Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshun were both biased towards Zhao Yun'er. The two of them were very clear-minded and knew who to help and who not to help. If it were in the past, they would definitely stand on Liang Jinfin's side. After all, Liang Jinfin's family had a much better life than Zhao Yun'er's family in the past. Now, Liang Jinfin's family's life was not as good as Zhao Yun'er's. It could even be said that the difference was too great. As long as one wasn't stupid, one would know which side to stand on. Liang Jinfin pursed his lips. Now that his eldest brother and second brother were speaking up for him, it was even harder for him to say anything. "All right, let's eat. Don't wait, the food is getting cold," Zhao Wenhua hurriedly said when he saw that the atmosphere was a little awkward. Su Dashan was a little more tactful. He tugged at Liang Jinfin and said to Liang Jinfin, "Come on, brother's mother, eldest brother, second brother is right. It's not easy for us to come here. Let's be polite and not quarrel." Liang Jinfin responded faintly. Actually, Zhao Wenhua and Su Dashan's words gave him a way out. Everyone in the house sat down and ate around the table. However, the women and children of the third branch did not sit at the table. After all, there were too many people. If they all sat down, there wouldn't be enough space at the table. With guests around, it was naturally inappropriate for their own family to sit at the table. The men ate and drank happily. Liang Jinfin still felt uncomfortable, but he couldn't show it. "Brother Yuan, you're tired from working. Eat more meat so that you'll have energy in the afternoon." Zhao Ping directly scooped up a few pieces of meat from the bowl and placed them into Qin Yuan's bowl. In fact, although there was a big bowl of meat in the bowl, there were 10 people in the family. Each person could only get a few pieces. If they didn't stuff it into Qin Yuan's bowl as soon as possible, Qin Yuan probably wouldn't be able to eat it. Qin Yuan didn't refuse. In fact, he wanted to eat, but he was too embarrassed to take more. After all, it was in front of so many people. When Liang Jinshun saw this, he couldn't help but laugh. Ping is really good to her husband. She really cares about him. Zhao Ping couldn't tell that Liang Jinshun was being sarcastic. She replied cheerfully, "Uncle, what are you talking about? Since he's my husband, if I don't love him, who else should I love?" Liang Jinshuan's mouth twitched. He really wondered if there was something wrong with Zhao Ping's head. Liang Jinhui said, "Ping, you don't only love your husband. As elders, we also have to love him, right? It's not like he's the only one working. We all have to work in the afternoon. We all have to work hard, and we have to work harder than him." Zhao Ping frowned slightly and replied unhappily, "First uncle, second uncle, if you want to eat, you can eat by yourselves. Why do you want me to love him? There are so many people here. Do I still have to help you all eat?" "You lass, that's how it is." Zhao Ping pouted. "Big brother, second brother, you guys eat. Help yourselves. There's no need for Ping to help." Liang Jinhui smiled and called out to them. He was helping Zhao Ping out of this situation. Chapter 979. At the dining table, Liang Jinfin sized up Zhao Ping, and Qin Yuan curiously. He lamented in his heart that it was already not easy for Zhao Ping, to get married. He did not expect her future husband to be so good-looking. Could it be that his eldest sister's ancestral grave was emitting smoke? How did they suddenly become rich? It really made one feel that it was a little inconceivable and unfathomable. Thinking about his family again, why did they not have such luck? It was really infuriating. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. Jealous words rang out. Yo, Ping's future husband is not bad, huh? How's his family background? Speaking of this, Liang Jin casually replied, What can it be? Isn't he just a pauper?
What? Pauper?
Yeah, his family is poor. He doesn't have much money. So that's the case. I was wondering why he was willing to marry Ping. Liang Jinfin had a look of understanding, and his mood instantly became much better. However, Qin Yuan felt that this was humiliating him. He could not help but clench his fists tightly. If not for the untimely timing, he would have slapped his chopsticks and left. Zhao Ping glared at Liang Jinfin angrily. Second aunt, what do you mean? I don't mean anything. What do you mean? You're saying that I'm not worthy of Big Brother Yuan. Liang Jinfin chuckled and said, Ping, didn't you say so yourself? Second aunt isn't laughing at you. What I said is the truth. Enough, Ping, don't say any more. Zhao Wenhua tugged at Zhao Ping, The elders are talking to you. Just listen, lest they say that you're impolite. That's right. Ping, you have to listen to your father and respect your elders. Otherwise, when you go to your in-laws' house, they'll say that your parents didn't have a good upbringing. Zhao Ping, was so angry that she couldn't speak, but she hated Liang Jinfin very much. She only hoped that Liang Jinfin would quickly finish his meal and leave. He had seen many annoying people, but this was the first time he had seen someone as annoying as Liang Jinfin. It wasn't just because of this incident. Previously, Liang Jinfin liked to bully them. Previously, they even said that Zhao Ping was so ugly that she would definitely not be able to get married in the future. Of course, Liang Jinfin had said that because he had looked down on them previously. The atmosphere during the meal was not very good. Because of Liang Jinfin's nagging, Zhao Yun was also very disgusted. After lunch, Liang Jinfin and his family could finally leave. Zhao Yuner also heaved a sigh of relief in her heart, as if she had chased away a plague. Liang Jinfin was that plague. He was extremely annoying. Before they left, Liang Jinfin was a little reluctant to take out the gift money. He said to Liang Jinxiao, Elder sister, your family is so rich now. I don't think you care about this little gift money of mine, right? Zhao Yuner looked at Liang Jinfin's posture. It was as if he was reluctant to part with the gift money. Zhao Yuner was instantly displeased. What kind of person was this? Zhao Yuner was afraid that her mother would be stupid, so she hurriedly said, Second aunt, you're wrong to say that. It doesn't matter if it's rare or not. It's still etiquette. This can't be ignored. The more money you have, the more generous second aunt is. My sister Ping is finally getting married. Second aunt is sister Ping biological aunt. Naturally, it can't be too shabby. This time, Zhao Ping had grown some brains. She followed behind Zhao Yuner and said, That's right, second aunt. Yuner is right. Your gift money can't be too shabby. Chapter 980. Liang Jinfin snorted softly. At the end of the day, she still wanted money. Liang Jinxiao really did not want to fork out this money. Although the Su family was rich, the Su family was not divided, and the money was basically in the hands of her parents-in-law. Therefore, she did not have much money on hand. Moreover, she gave birth to a daughter and did not have much status in the Su family. If not for the fact that Su Zhaodi married into a good family, she would probably be even more disliked. Therefore, Liang Jinfin understood that if he could save some money, he would save some money. Now that he could not save money, he could only reluctantly take out the money that he had prepared as a gift and hand it to Liang Jinxiao. Here, eldest sister, take it. Liang Jinxiao took it and kept it properly. It was exactly 88 copper coins. Not a single copper coin more or less. Liang Jinfin returned the same amount that their family had given him back then. He did not add anything at all. However, knowing what kind of person Liang Jinfin was, Liang Jinxiao did not make a fuss about it. Even if he did, he probably would not be able to come up with a reason. It was not worth it to be unhappy over a few copper coins or a dozen copper coins. Second sister, do you want to rest for a while and chat? Liang Jinxiao asked politely. Zhao Yun hurriedly interrupted. It was not easy to send such a scourge away. How could she let her stay at home? Mother, second aunt, and second uncle must have something to do when they go back. It's such a long journey. It will take a long time to walk back. Second aunt's feet still hurt, so she probably needs to walk and rest. If you keep her here for too long, won't it be dark by the time she gets back? Zhao Yun's intention to chase them away was obvious. Liang Jinxiao continued, That's true. Second sister, younger sister, it's not good for me to keep you here. Go back early and rest early. You must be exhausted today. Liang Jinfin's eyes moved and he said to Liang Jinxiao, Eldest sister, don't you have a little donkey at home? I still have a long way to go. Why don't you ask Yuner to send me back with the donkey? Anyway, the donkey runs very fast. We can send you back in a while. If we walk back by ourselves, we don't know how long it will take. My legs are almost crippled from walking here. I'm afraid that it will be even more uncomfortable if I walk, you see. Liang Jinfin, Liang Jinxiao's words, she did not know where Liang Jinfin's thick skin from. She smiled and said to Liang Jinfin, Second aunt, you're thinking too much. Haven't you seen people who really have money to send gifts back in a car? I'm not so free. There are still many things to be done at home. I don't have time for that. Liang Jinfin's face darkened. Little girl Yuner, what can you be busy with? You don't have time to send your second aunt back? Zhao Yuner chuckled. Second aunt, I have a lot of things to do. I don't have as much free time as you think. I have a lot of things to do when I get back. Liang Jinxiao was not so stupid now. He chimed in, Yuner, second aunt, Yuner does have a lot of things to do. It's not easy to finish the stall early. She's a little tired. She should rest for a while after she's done, right? Otherwise, her body won't be able to take it. Liang Jinfin's mouth twitched. Huh? That Yuner girl is really capable. Chapter 981. Zhao Ping said sarcastically, Some people are really shameless. How dare they ask others to send them off? It's as if someone owes them something. It's not like our family is working for others for free. Su Dashan felt uncomfortable when he heard that. He tugged at Liang Jinfin and said, Lady's mother, forget it. Let's walk back on our own. Don't trouble Yuner. Mother, they have legs. Let's walk on our own. We don't want to be scolded by others. Su Lady tugged at Liang Jinfin. Regarding the attitude of Zhao Yuner's family, Su Lady felt that Zhao Yuner's family looked down on their family, so he was somewhat angry. Liang Jinfin nodded reluctantly. Okay. It was not like before where they could gain many benefits. What goes around comes around. Big sister, we'll leave now. We'll come back on Ping's wedding day. Liang Jinfin said. Okay. Second sister, brother-in-law, and lady's daughter, be careful on the road. Okay. Hypocrite. After Liang Jinfin and his family left, the house became much quieter. The men also went to work, leaving only Zhao Yuner, Zhao Ping, and Liang Jinxiao. Zhao Ping couldn't wait to ask Liang Jinxiao, Mother, where's my wedding dress? Did you bring it back for me? Liang Jinxiao nodded hurriedly. I brought it back. Fortunately, she remembered to bring it back. Otherwise, her eldest daughter would definitely make a fuss again. It's good that you brought it back. Mother, give it to me. I want to try it on. Zhao Ping, shouted. Liang Jinxiao had no choice but to take out the wedding dress. There was no harm in Zhao Ping trying it on. She wanted to see how it looked after she put it on. Well, let's give it a try. Zhao Ping saw the bright red dress. It was really beautiful. Under normal circumstances, it was impossible to wear such beautiful clothes. Thinking that most people don't have such a wedding dress, but she is one, Zhao Ping felt even more happy. There were no other men in the house, so Zhao Ping couldn't wait to take off her clothes and put on her wedding dress. The bright red clothes were very dazzling. It was indeed different from ordinary clothes made of coarse cloth. Mother, look at me. Do I look good in it? Liang Jinxiao sized her up and smiled at Zhao Ping. You look good, Ping. You look good in anything. Hearing Liang Jinxiao's praise, Zhao Ping's cheeks turned slightly red. Hee. Then, if I wear this wedding dress, will Big Brother Yuan like me when he sees me like this? Facing Zhao Ping's expectant face, Liang Jinxiao really couldn't bear to tell the truth. Zhao Ping looked good in this dress, but that was only in terms of the dress. As for Zhao Ping's face, forget it. He couldn't even bear to look at it directly. However, in order to not make Zhao Ping sad, Liang Jinxiao definitely wouldn't mention Zhao Ping's face. Of course he will like it. How can he not like it when you look so good? Hee mother, I think so too. As long as Big Brother Yuan likes it, it's fine. But Zhao Ping frowned and moved up and down. Liang Jinxiao asked curiously, but what's wrong, Ping? But mother, my body feels so tight. It's a little uncomfortable. Is that so? Liang Jinxiao's brows twitched. It's true. Zhao Ping nodded heavily and replied. Chapter 982. Zhao Ping frowned and said in a low voice, Mom, it seems like the clothes are really tight and don't fit. Did the tailor shop make a mistake? Liang Jinxiao pondered for a moment and said, Ping, it can't be, right? You went there personally and the tailor made the clothes for you. This shop has a good reputation, so it's impossible for them to make a mistake with such a small thing, right? Zhao Ping pouted and said, Then why? Mom, it's because it doesn't fit. It's too tight, and it feels a little tight. Liang Jinxiao could only ask, Ping, why don't we bring it back to the shop tomorrow and tell them that it doesn't fit and ask them to change it? Mom, my marriage is coming soon. How will I have the time to change it? I don't want to be unable to get my clothes back when I get married. Zhao Ping complained a little dejectedly. Liang Jinxiao nodded and felt that Zhao Ping was right. It would definitely take a long time to change it. After all, they were not the only business in the shop. Zhao Yun's mouth twitched for a moment, and she couldn't help but say, Sister Ping, actually, you can't blame others. It's not that they did anything wrong or that the clothes didn't fit you. It's... Zhao Yun, deliberately stopped herself from saying the rest of her sentence. If she said it out loud, she was afraid that Zhao Ping would fly into a rage. Zhao Ping asked very unhappily. But what? Zhao Yun, if you have something to say, just say it. Don't dilly-dally. Zhao Yun smiled and said, Sister Ping, I can say it, but I'm afraid that you'll be angry. If you're not angry after I say it, then I'll say it. Zhao Ping rolled her eyes. She felt that Zhao Yun definitely wouldn't say anything good, but she couldn't help but be curious. Say it, I won't be angry. Zhao Ping pouted and said, Actually, Sister Ping, you've gained weight recently, and it doesn't match your previous body shape. That's why the clothes, they made you feel that they're a little tight. After Zhao Yun finished speaking, Liang Jinxiao stared at Zhao Ping, and felt that it was indeed the case. Previously, Zhao Ping's face was swollen. Zhao Ping's because she was slapped by Zhao Yun. Now, looking at Zhao Ping's body had also gained a lot of SSSS. She's body shape. Actually, this was understandable. Recently, she had been eating meat every day, and every meal was a meal with oil. Zhao Ping ate so much every meal, but she didn't exercise much. It was also very difficult for her not to gain weight even if she didn't want to. Zhao Ping asked unhappily, Mom, have I gained weight? Liang Jinxiao nodded. Yes, you've gained weight. But Ping, it's good to gain weight. What's so good about not having any meat at all? But you look ugly if you gain weight. Big Brother Yuan said that he doesn't like girls who are too fat. Zhao Ping was very vexed and didn't know what to do. She really didn't realize that she had actually gained weight. Zhao Ping reached out and touched her body. There was indeed a layer of meat. No wonder the clothes would be tight when she wore them, speaking of which. It was her own fault. It wasn't the shop owner's fault. Sister Ping, since you know that brother-in-law doesn't like fat people, then you should eat less in the future. Oh, right. Eating meat is the easiest to gain weight. Don't eat our family's meat in the future. Just bear with it for a period of time, and you'll be fine. Oh, right. You can also often do farm work and exercise. This will help you lose weight. Zhao Yun, suggested with a hint of ridicule in her voice. Chapter 983. Zhao Yuner looked a little confused and said, Sister Pinger, what did I say on purpose?
What do you mean by that?
Humph. You just don't want me to eat meat and want me to do more chores. I won't fall into your trap. Zhao Pinger glared at Zhao Yuner angrily. Zhao Yuner chuckled. Sister Pinger, you're really thinking too much. What I said is the truth. Even if it's the truth, I won't do it. Zhao Pinger said resolutely. She wanted her to control her mouth and not eat? That was too difficult, wasn't it? When she saw meat, especially fatty meat, she couldn't help but swallow it into her stomach. As for doing housework, she didn't want to do it at all. Moreover, washing dishes hurt her hands the most. She didn't want her hands to be rough and coarse like a chicken's claws. Zhao Yuner chuckled. If Sister Pinger is like that, then who can you blame? No one can interfere if you put on weight yourself. I didn't say who to blame, Zhao Pinger muttered, but her face turned to Liang Jinxiao and said, Mother, what do we do now? Liang Jinxiao comforted, Pinger, it's fine if it's a little tighter. Actually, it's fine. You can't tell from the appearance. These wedding clothes are only for one day. If you don't wear them in the future, you'll only feel uncomfortable for one day. Zhao Pinger thought about it and agreed. She would only wear them for the wedding. Even if it was uncomfortable, she could endure it and it would pass. Thus, she nodded and said, All right, Mother, then forget it. Hee Mother, do I really look good in it? Liang Jinxiao hurriedly nodded. Yes, how can it not look good? These clothes cost 1 tael of silver. How can it be bad? Mother, then I'm relieved. Zhao Pinger was delighted. Zhao Pinger wandered around and looked at the clothes on her body. Then, she couldn't help but say, Mother, I'll go and show it to Cousin Jinger and Aunt. Zhao Pinger didn't really want to hear Zhao Jinger and Zhao Xinhui praise her. She just wanted to show off. After all, Zhao Jinger and Zhao Xinhui couldn't get such beautiful clothes. That's not good, right? Liang Jinxiao frowned. Who would go out in wedding clothes? Mother's mother, Zhao Pinger's, Tingu, question mark. Zhao Pinger's, iter, tease pinged. Pinga, Liang Jinxiao thought for a moment and reminded him. All right then. Little Ping, put on your wedding dress and stay in our courtyard. Don't go out. Otherwise, if others see you, they will laugh at you. Zhao Pinger nodded heavily. Mother, I know. Okay then. Zhao Pinger then ran out happily. How could Zhao Yuner not know Zhao Pinger's heart? This woman was too vain. However, Zhao Pinger was like this. Wasn't she afraid that she would be beaten if she went out? Of course, this was Zhao Pinger's business. Zhao Yuner couldn't care less. Curious, he followed Zhao Pinger out to see what kind of commotion would happen later. Zhao Pinger excitedly went to old Zhao's yard and began to shout to the other members of the old Zhao's family, as if she couldn't wait for them to come out and see her. Aunt, Sister Jinger, come out and see. Aunt, Sister Jing. After Zhao Pinger shouted at the top of her voice, Zhao Jinger and Zhao Xinhui came out. Chapter 984. Zhao Xinhui's tone carried some displeasure. Zhao Ping pouted. Auntie, look. Do you think my wedding dress looks good? Zhao Ping originally thought that Zhao Xinhui should have seen the wedding dress she was wearing as soon as she came out. Why didn't she see it? There was a gap between expectations and reality, and there was a kind of gap. Zhao Xinhui frowned and stared at Zhao Ping for a moment. This bright red suit was well-tailored, and the style was very beautiful. Ordinary girls wouldn't wear such beautiful clothes when they got married. Zhao Xinhui frowned and didn't say anything. At this moment, Zhao Jing'er also came out of the house and saw Zhao Ping's wedding dress. This bright red dress was a little dazzling. Zhao Jing'er thought about her marriage. Zheng Qian still hadn't given her any news. She didn't know if he still remembered this marriage with her. Logically speaking, since Zhao Yun had rejected Zheng Qian, Zheng Qian should have placed his attention on her. Why hadn't he given her any news yet? It was originally a good marriage, so Zhao Jing'er didn't want to blow it up like this. Now, she could only wait for Zheng Qian's news. Once he thought it through, he would marry her. Therefore, Zhao Jing'er's depressed mood became even worse when she saw Zhao Ping's wedding dress. Zhao Ping wasn't letting her look. She was deliberately provoking her, wasn't she? Zhao Ping strolled up to Zhao Jing'er, took Zhao Jing'er's hand, shook it, and then asked shyly, Sister Jing, do you think I look good in it? The corner of Zhao Jing'er's mouth twitched. She wanted to pull out a smile, but she realized that she couldn't. In the end, she looked like she wanted to cry and laugh. It was especially ugly. It looks good, Zhao Jing'er said. In the end, she didn't want to hurt Zhao Ping too much. Zhao Ping's clothes were indeed beautiful. It was just that Zhao Ping didn't look good. Zhao Ping smiled at Zhao Jing'er's words. Hee, little sister Jing, thank you. I think it's pretty too. Zhao Jing'er responded, but the corners of her mouth kept twitching. On the surface, she flattered Zhao Ping, but in her heart, she hated Zhao Ping to death. This slut, how could she be so lucky? Such a beautiful wedding dress should not be worn by Zhao Ping. It should be worn by her. Unfortunately, when she got married, her parents would definitely not be willing to spend so much money on her wedding dress. After getting a sense of vanity from Zhao Jing'er, Zhao Ping continued to ask Zhao Xinhui. Auntie, you haven't said anything yet. Look at my clothes. Do they look good on me? Zhao Xinhui rolled her eyes and said to Zhao Ping, do you want me to tell you the truth or a lie? Zhao Ping said, of course the truth. Then I'll be direct. Zhao Ping, your clothes are really ugly. No, it should be that the clothes are beautiful, but you are ugly. It's such a waste for you to wear such beautiful clothes. Look at your swollen, fat, and ugly face. Anyone who sees it will feel disgusted, right? But fortunately, when you get married, you have a red veil to cover your ugly face. Otherwise, it would really scare people. It's just that the poor Qin Yuan has to lift your red veil. Chapter 985. Zhao Ping felt her face burn when she heard Xian Xinhui's words. Wasn't her aunt going overboard with her words? She actually said that she was stupid, fat, and ugly. She even said that Qin Yuan was pitiful for marrying her. How could she be so sharp-tongued? Too much. Zhao Ping was so angry that her chest heaved up and down. Seeing Zhao Ping panting with rage, Zhao Xinhui knew that Zhao Ping must be angry, so she comforted Zhao Ping. Ping, you were the one who told me to tell the truth. Now that I'm telling the truth, why are you so upset? Aunt, I asked if the clothes I'm wearing look good, not for you to scold me. Zhao Ping said angrily. Zhao Ping, how can you be like this? I'm telling the truth.
How am I scolding you?
Zhao Xinhui shrugged and looked at Zhao Xinhui like she was an idiot. Aunt, you're too much. Zhao Ping stomped her feet in anger. How am I overboard? Zhao Ping, go and ask someone else if it's true. Jing, tell me, am I right? Zhao Xinhui asked Zhao Jing. Zhao Jing wasn't like Zhao Ping. So she didn't dare to scold Zhao Ping. Zhao Ping was a difficult person to deal with. If she was upset, she would probably nag at her. If that was the case, it was better not to offend Zhao Ping. Zhao Xinhui didn't say anything. Zhao Jing knew that she didn't dare to say anything. She snorted and said, Ping, Jing, is embarrassed to scold you. Do you think everyone is as thick-skinned as you? You, Zhao Ping, didn't know why Zhao Xinhui liked to scold her. You, that's enough, Ping girl. You should know who you are. Who do you think you are? Sigh, I thought it was something big.
So, it's this.
After saying that, Zhao Xinhui walked back into the house, somewhat disappointed. Facing Zhao Xinhui's back, Zhao Ping was speechless for a moment, not knowing what to say. In fact, she wanted to chase Zhao Xinhui away to continue scolding her, but Zhao Xinhui was not someone to be trifled with. Her grandmother would definitely scold her to death later. Aunt must be jealous of me. She's talking about me because she can't get married. Humph, that must be it. Zhao Ping muttered. He said this to comfort himself and at the same time to express his dissatisfaction with Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Ping I didn't know what her sister-in-law could be so smug about. She was already so old, yet she still couldn't get married. How could she have the nerve to criticize her? So, what if she was ugly? Wasn't there still a man who wanted her? But Zhao Xinhui was an old lady who couldn't get married. It would be best if she died of old age at home. When Zhao Jinger saw how angry Zhao Ping was that year, she couldn't help but feel pleased. Fortunately, her sister-in-law scolded her. Otherwise, Zhao Ping would continue to be so smug. Thinking about Zhao Xinhui's words, Zhao Jing'e couldn't help but want to cover her mouth and laugh. However, she felt that it wouldn't be good to do it in front of Zhao Ping, so she suppressed it. I'm so angry. Zhao Ping pouted and gritted her teeth fiercely in the direction of Zhao Xinhui's house. When Li Chuiying came out of the house and saw Zhao Yuner, she exclaimed, it's Ping, girl? Zhao Ping thought that Li Chuiying was praising her, so she smiled and said, it's me, second aunt. Do I look good in it? Chapter 986. Li Chuiying glanced at her and said with a smile, of course it's beautiful. I've never seen Ping look so beautiful before. With Li Chuiying's coaxing, Zhao Ping was immediately overjoyed and her mood improved a lot. Second aunt, you have good taste. That's right. If second aunt doesn't have good taste, who does? Yes. Second aunt, you're so nice. Haha, little girl Ping. Look at what you're saying. You're my eldest niece. How can I not treat you well? Yes, Li Chuiying stepped forward and continued to coax Zhao Ping. Ping, girl, you look so good in this dress. It's a pity that you can only wear it once. It's such a waste. Speaking of this, Zhao Ping nodded in agreement. Yes, it's a pity that I can only wear it once. How nice would it be if I could wear it every day? Li Chuiying joked, how can a girl like you wear it every day? If you wear it every day, won't you be laughed at? Yes. It's such a pity to only wear it once. Zhao Ping frowned and said in distress. Little Ping, since you're also saying that it's a pity, then how about this? When you get married to your younger sister, can you lend her your wedding dress for her to wear? It's a waste for you to leave it at home anyway. If you let your younger sister wear it, she can get married in a grand way. Li Chuiying was counting on this wishful thinking. This wedding dress cost 1 tael of silver. Even if she wanted to buy it, Hu Chunhua wouldn't be willing to part with the money. Whether it was Zheng Qian or someone else, Zhao Jing would only look grand if she could wear this wedding dress when she got married. Li Chuiying saw such a beautiful wedding dress and felt that it was a waste for Zhao Ping to wear it. However, it would be a different story if Jing were to wear it. His little girl was many times prettier than Zhao Ping. His face was already handsome to begin with, and with the addition of his beautiful clothes, He would definitely be able to captivate the birds and beasts, overshadow the moon, and put the flowers to shame. By then, Zhao Jinger's future husband would definitely be smitten by her. After Li Chuiying finished speaking, Zhao Ping frowned. Seeing Zhao Ping's reluctance, Li Chuiying hurriedly said, Ping, you're Jinger's cousin. Surely you won't be so stingy as to refuse to lend it to me. Hearing Li Chuiying's words, Zhao Ping was too embarrassed to refuse. This, Ping girl, I'm just borrowing it for a while. Wearing it for a day won't hurt you, don't you think? Ping girl, if Jing marries grandly, I'll definitely have to thank you. Zhao Jinger listened on the side. She didn't expect Li Chuiying to borrow Zhao Ping's wedding dress. However, she was also looking forward to it. It would be great if Zhao Ping could lend it to her. She would definitely be envied if she were to wear such a beautiful wedding dress. Her mother was really smart. Zhao Ping looked reluctant. Sister Ping don't worry. I definitely won't hurt you. I'll wash it clean for you and return it to you. Zhao Jingo added. Zhao Ping was conflicted. Then all right, I'll lend it to cousin Jing. Hearing Zhao Ping agree, Li Chuiying and Zhao Jinger were overjoyed. Chapter 987. This woman was really stupid. Others only had to coax her a little, and she would agree to it. However, this was Zhao Ping's business. Zhao Ping couldn't predict it. She could lend her wedding dress to whoever she wanted. She didn't even care. Mother, I'm going back first,
Zhao Yun'er said.
Okay, go back. Okay. When she got home, Zhao Yun'er realized that Yili was nowhere to be seen. Zhao Ping's heart suddenly tightened. Where was he? Where did he go? Could it be that he was discovered and the government came to take him away? Zhao Yun'er thought that this situation didn't seem very likely. If the government really came, it wouldn't be so quiet. Did he leave by himself in the middle of the night? But why did he leave? He still had injuries on his body. It was too dangerous to go out like this. Zhao Yun'er frowned. She was very worried. Zhao Yun'er didn't know where to look for him. She couldn't just shout to the whole village. That would only expose Yili's presence. Just as she was worrying, Daoda's head popped out from under the blanket. Mother, what's wrong? After lunch, Daoda came back and lay on the bed to take a nap. Children loved to sleep. Zhao Yun'er wanted Daoda to take a nap every afternoon. Did you see your beautiful uncle? Zhao Yun'er asked. Daoda glanced at the mattress on the floor. When he saw that Yili wasn't on it, he frowned. Then he shook his head at Zhao Yun'er. Then, did you see your beautiful uncle when you came back? Yes. Daoda nodded. When Daoda came back, my beautiful uncle was still here. Zhao Yun'er sighed. She had no choice. She had to look for him first. Yili was still injured, so it would be dangerous for him to go out. Mother, go out for a while, Zhao Yun'er said, and went out of the room. Hopefully, we can find Yili. Just as Zhao Yun'er was about to leave, Mulan also came over. Seeing Zhao Yun'er's anxious look, Mulan asked, What's wrong, Yun'er? Yili is missing,
Zhao Yun'er said.
Young Master Yi disappeared? Yeah. Why did young Master Yi disappear for no reason? Mulan was very puzzled. I don't know either, as long as he doesn't encounter any danger. Yeah, let's go out and look for it.
All right.
Mulan and Zhao Yun went to look around the village. The two of them could only look around. They couldn't hold back their voices and shout. After looking around, they still didn't find any trace of Yili. Yun'er, why do you think young Master Yi left without any reason? Is there something wrong? Zhao Yun'er shook her head. I don't know. Maybe he left because he felt that he would be a burden to me? Is that so? I'm just guessing. A trace of worry appeared in Mulan's eyes. Yun'er, with young Master Yi's current condition, what if something happens after he leaves? Not to mention his injuries, he can't go anywhere right now. The moment he goes out, he might be recognized and taken away. Zhao Yun'er sighed softly. Yeah. But he left without saying goodbye, and we can't stop him. then there's really nothing we can do. If Yili sincerely wants to leave, we probably can't stop him. Even if we look for him, we won't be able to find him. He's probably not in the village, right? Then let's go back. Continuing to look would just be a waste of time.
All right.
I just hope that nothing dangerous happens to young Master Yi. Chapter 988. When the two of them came back, they stared at Yi Li in shock. They couldn't find Yi Li after searching for a long time. They thought he had left, but they didn't expect to see Yi Li the moment they came back. Didn't this guy leave? Why did he suddenly appear again? When Yi Li saw Mulan and Zhao Yun'er's expressions, he couldn't help but raise his eyebrows and ask, "What's wrong?" Why did they look so surprised when they saw him? Nothing. Zhao Yun twitched the corner of her mouth and said, "Yi Gongzi, you didn't leave?" Mulan muttered, "Leave? But where can I go?" Yi Li frowned. "Did I make trouble for you?" Yi Li couldn't help thinking more and asked. Zhao Yun'er and Mulan quickly waved their hands. No, you didn't? If you think it's inconvenient for me to be here, you don't have to force yourself. You can just tell me, and I'll go somewhere else. Zhao Yun'er knew Yi Li probably misunderstood, so she explained, "Yi Li, don't think too much. I just came back and didn't see you in the room. I thought you'd left, so I looked everywhere for you. But I couldn't find you, so I thought you'd left." Mulan chimed in from behind. "Yes, Yi Gongzi. That's how it is. Yun'er and I were worried about you. It's good to see you back." Yi Li then nodded. "So that's how it is." Zhao Yun'er asked curiously, "Yi Li, where did you go just now?" Speaking of this, Yi Li felt a little awkward. "I didn't go anywhere. I just had a stomachache, so I went to the toilet." After Yi Li finished speaking, Mulan and Zhao Yun'er looked at each other and didn't know what to say. "Yun'er, we really worried about the wrong thing," Mulan said with a smile. Zhao Yun'er smiled awkwardly. "Yeah, I was worried about the wrong thing. If I had known, I wouldn't have worried about it. She was really stupid. Humans definitely needed to poop and pee. It was normal for it to take a little longer to defecate. Yi Li must have been squatting when he first came back. She didn't think in that direction, so she didn't look for it in the latrine." Haha, Mulan couldn't help but laugh out loud. Zhao Yun'er glared at Mulan. It was already very awkward, but Mulan's smile made it even more awkward. "Haha, because I can't help it. I don't want to laugh, either." Zhao Yun'er's lips twitched. Even if she wanted to laugh, she had to hold it in. Besides Zhao Yun'er, Yi Li also felt very awkward. After Mulan finished laughing, she couldn't help but tease, "I say, young Master Yi, the next time you go to the latrine, you should say hello to Yun'er. Otherwise, Yun'er and I will think that you've gone somewhere and have a hard time looking for you." Yi Li's lips twitched. "Oh, okay. I got it." Zhao Yun'er saw Yi Li's face turn red. Thinking about Mulan's words, she couldn't help but say to Mulan, "Mulan, you're getting more and more shameless. You have the nerve to say anything." Yun'er, I was just joking." "Look, young Master Yi is so cute. He actually took my words seriously." Yi Li looked at Mulan in a daze. He didn't expect Mulan to be joking. Chapter 989. On second thought, it made sense. He was a man. If he really went to the toilet and greeted Zhao Yun'er, that would be really awkward. It would be fine if he and Zhao Yun'er were husband and wife, but the problem was that there was no relationship between the two of them. At most, they could be considered friends. When Yi Li heard Mulan's laughter getting louder and louder, his face turned red like a monkey's, but Zhao Yun'er couldn't stand it anymore. She patted Mulan and said, "That's enough, sister-in-law Mulan. Can you stop talking and laughing?" Yi Li didn't leave at first, but now he's so angry that he's leaving. Mulan finally noticed. She thought about what Zhao Yun'er said and realized that it made sense. A grown man was being made so shy by her. It would be fine if he was thick-skinned, but he couldn't stand it if he was thin-skinned. Thus, she stopped laughing and said to Yi Li, "Young Master Yi, don't take what I said to heart. It's good that you're back now. Yuner, and I don't have to worry anymore. Yili's lips twitched, and he responded with a smile. Yuner, let's get busy. Mulan called out. They had spent a lot of time looking around the village. They had to hurry up and get busy. After they were done, they still had other things to do. Zhao Yuner nodded. Yili took a step forward. Is there anything I can help with? No need, young Master Yi. You're a grown man. You don't know how to do the things that we women do. Mulan waved her hand and rejected him directly. Yili sighed slightly. All right then. Yili felt that he was a burden to Zhao Yuner by staying at Zhao Yuner's house all day and not being able to help. Just as Zhao Yuner was about to get to work, she realized that Daodu was still lying on the bed with no intention of getting up. Zhao Yuner walked over to Daodu curiously and asked, What's wrong with Daodu? Why aren't you up yet? Daodu's little brows furrowed, and he seemed to be in low spirits. Daodu, are you feeling unwell? Zhao Yuner asked worriedly. Mother, Daodu bit his lips, not knowing how to answer. Looking at Daodu's conflicted expression, Zhao Yuner concluded that something must have happened to Daodu. Therefore, he took out his hand and placed it on Daodu's forehead to check if Daodu had a fever or something. After placing it on his forehead, she realized that Daodu's body temperature was normal and there was nothing wrong with him. Therefore, she asked, Daodu, what's wrong with you? Tell me, Mother is worried about you. Mother, what's wrong? What's wrong? Mother, you won't blame me if I tell you, right? Zhao Yuner was slightly stunned at first. Then she saw that Daodu was avoiding her gaze, as if he didn't dare to look her in the eye. It seemed like he had done something bad, this little guy. Seriously, he didn't dare to say anything even after doing something bad, and he even deliberately tricked her. Zhao Yuner's lips curled up slightly, and she said to Daodu, Don't worry, no matter what Daodu did, my conscience won't blame Daodu. With Zhao Yuner's assurance, Daodu became bolder. Mother. Daodu wet the bed. After saying that, Daodu's little face turned red. Zhao Yuner couldn't help but laugh, and she said to Daodu, I was wondering what was going on, so it's because of this. This child probably thought that wetting the bed was embarrassing. However, from Zhao Yuner's point of view, it was normal for a child of Daodu's age to wet the bed. Chapter 990. In Zhao Yuner's impression, Daodu had never wet the bed before. In fact, this was already very difficult. If it was a normal child, they would have wet the bed countless times. This era was not like the 21st century. In the 21st century, there were diapers that could be used, but in this era, there were none. Otherwise, if they were afraid of their child's urine, they could buy some diapers back. Mother. Daodu called out weakly again. He did not know if Zhao Yuner was angry or not. Zhao Yuner laughed and said, If you wet your pants, then so be it. It's not a big deal. How could Mother blame you? Daodu's little eyes darkened, and he said to Zhao Yuner, Mother. Daodu is a man now. Daodu shouldn't wet the bed. Daodu's words amused Zhao Yuner even more. Zhao Yuner patted Daodu's head. Silly, even if you're a man, you're still only 3 years old. Your little uncle wet the bed at this age. Daodu's little eyes blinked and he asked curiously, Mother, is that true? Little uncle wet the bed at this age? Of course it's true. Zhao Yuner chuckled. That's good. Since little uncle wet the bed, Daodu will be fine too. Daodu's heart was greatly comforted. After all, Zhao Tianfu was older than him. Okay, Daodu, get up and change your clothes. Don't wear wet pants. Okay, Mother. Daodu quickly climbed out of bed. Zhao Yuner went to look for clean clothes and then prepared to change Daodu. Seeing Zhao Yuner come over, Daodu's little brows wrinkled again. Mother, what's wrong, Daodu? Zhao Yuner asked. Why did this little guy have so many requests? Mother, can Daodu change by himself? Can you and Auntie Mu go out for a while? Daodu hesitated for a while, but still mustered up the courage to ask. Zhao Yuner was stunned for a while before she reacted. This little guy was most likely shy again. Can you change by yourself? Zhao Yuner asked. Daodu patted his chest and said, Mother, Daodu is a man. Daodu can change his clothes by himself. Zhao Yun saw that Daodu's insistence on, Daodu. Yun, let me help Daodu change. Yili stood up and said. Originally, he had nothing to help Zhao Yun. If he could help Zhao Yun in this matter, it would be good. Daodu followed up and said, Mother, why don't you let Uncle Beauty help me change it? Daodu thought that since Yili was a man, it was okay for a man to help another man. Well, let Uncle Handsome help you change. Zhao Yun nodded and agreed. Yili was also very happy. Coming to Zhao Yun's house, he could finally help with something. When Yili changed Daodu's pants, Mulan and Zhao Yun left the house first. After Li helped Daodu to change his pants, the two of them went in again. After finishing the work in the afternoon, Zhao Yun took Daodu's pants to the river and prepared to wash Daodu. When she just went over, she saw two people quarreling by the river. One was his cousin-in-law, Nian. The other was a girl in the village, the daughter-in-law of the Zhou family. Feng Ling was originally from the Shuilan village. Later, she directly married a person from the Shuilan village. Chapter 991. Earlier, Nian and Feng Ling were in a heated argument. The two of them looked like they were about to start a fight. Zhao Yun knew that his cousin-in-law had a good temper. Under normal circumstances, she wouldn't easily get into a conflict with others in the village.
What happened this time?
Are you crazy? Why are you picking on me? What did I do to offend you? Feng Ling said to Nian angrily. You know what you've done. Nian said angrily. Feng Ling immediately exploded. What did I do? Then tell me, what did I do? I don't even know. Why did you come here and act crazy for no reason? The more Feng Ling thought about it, the angrier she got. Stop pretending. It's not like it hasn't happened before. Feng Ling, you saw what happened to Zhang Chui'er. Don't be like her. Feng Ling was unhappy. What do you mean? Make it clear to me today. If you don't leave. You make it sound like I've done something shameful. If others hear this, they'll misunderstand me. Haha. Nian sneered. Feng Ling, don't think that I didn't see it. When you went to the foot of the mountain to gather materials, you asked my husband to carry them for you. How can you be so shameless as to ask another man for help? If you can't do it, just ask your husband. Why did you ask my husband for help? You must be seducing him like Zhang Chui'er. When Feng Ling heard this, she was so angry that she scolded, You're really sick, and you're seriously sick. Who seduced your husband? Who cares? It's your husband who wanted to carry the materials for me. What does that have to do with me? Seriously, you're biting like a mad dog. Aren't you ashamed? I don't want to waste my time talking to you. You're not clear-headed. You're ridiculous. Let me tell you, I haven't punished you yet. If others spread rumors about me, you'll be in trouble. I'll ask your husband how to discipline his wife. You only know how to talk nonsense. Nian couldn't win against Feng Ling. She could only stomp her feet in anger. Seeing that Nian was about to rush up and hit Feng Ling, the onlookers hurriedly stopped her. That's enough, stop fighting. It's not a big deal. There must be some misunderstanding. That's right. We're all from the same village. Don't cause any conflicts. You don't have any evidence, so you can't speak carelessly. That's right. This matter will damage both of your reputations. Don't cause any more trouble. Don't talk so much. We're all from the same village. Why are you being so calculative? Under the persuasion of the villagers and the fact that Nian didn't have much evidence to begin with, she wasn't confident enough. Only then did he listen to the crowd and let it go. In his heart, he was still somewhat unwilling. Looking at Feng Ling's face and thinking about Zhao Si, Madame Nian felt sad. There was a reason why she was so against Feng Ling. It was not without reason that she would overthink when she saw her man helping Feng Ling raise the fire. He asked around in the village and found out that the woman Zhao Si liked before was Feng Ling. It would be fine if Zhao Si helped another woman, but Zhao Si helped Feng Ling. Zhao Yun'er felt that Zhao Si still had feelings for Feng Ling. Which woman would want to see another woman in her man's heart? Chapter 992. I'm too lazy to argue with that crazy woman. What a bummer. Feng Ling left with the wooden basin. Nian gritted her teeth and glared at Feng Ling's back as she left. That woman. Just let her be proud. She wondered why her man fell in love with Feng Ling. Her looks were average, and she was a woman who was greedy for vanity. Zhao Si wanted to be with Feng Ling back then. Unfortunately, Feng Ling didn't like Zhao Si because she thought Zhao Si was too poor. Later, Feng Ling fell in love with a man from the same village who was slightly better than Zhao Si, so she married him. After Feng Ling got married, Zhao Si had to give up. Then he married her and lived with her. Nian didn't know how to describe her feelings. She just felt uncomfortable and uncomfortable. She didn't want her man to be obsessed with another woman after being married to her for so many years. Seeing Nian's disappointment, Zhao Yun walked over and asked, "Sister-in-law, what's wrong?" Seeing Zhao Yun'er, Nian's lips twitched and she said with a smile, "Yun'er, you're here?" "Sister-in-law, why were you arguing with someone just now?" Zhao Yun'er asked again. Speaking of that, Nian's mother sighed heavily. Seeing Nian's disappointed face, Zhao Yun knew that something bad must have happened. Otherwise, Nian's mother wouldn't be like that. So, Zhao Yun comforted her gently. "Sister-in-law, don't be sad. Tell me what happened. Maybe I can help you." Sigh. Nian's mother looked at Zhao Yun, and sighed deeply. Except for Zhao Yun, she really didn't know who else to talk to about it. It was a little uncomfortable to keep it to herself. Nian's mother thought for a moment and decided to tell Zhao Yun'er. "Yun'er, it's actually about me and Zhao Si." Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Yun went to the riverside. While washing clothes, they told Zhao Yun'er about the situation. After hearing this, Zhao Yun'er finally understood what was going on. She felt that it was normal for Mrs. Nian to be angry and jealous. As long as it was a woman, she would probably feel very uncomfortable in her heart. After all, no one wanted their man to be thinking about another woman. Especially for Zhao Yun'er, who had transmigrated from the 21st century, it was even more unacceptable. Zhao Yun'er comforted her. "Sister-in-law, I don't think you should think too much about this matter. Now that my cousin is married to you and has a few children with you, I'm afraid that you won't be able to do anything about it. Even if he was thinking about her, he wouldn't have thought of that. In the future, you will still be the one to lead the life." Nian sighed and said, "Yun'er, I know what you're saying, but I just don't feel good about it. Your cousin, why can't he just avoid her a little bit more? He's already married, but he's still thinking about her and taking the blame for her. I don't see him helping me much at home. He's so attentive to Feng Ling." What Nian's mother said was true. Zhao Yun'er didn't know what to say except to comfort Nian. "Sister-in-law, Zhao Si did something wrong. But if you have anything to say to him, just tell him. He won't know if you bury it in your heart, right?" Nian's mother hesitated for a moment and said, "Sai Yun'er, how can I say that? What's there to be embarrassed about? He's your husband, not someone else." Chapter 993. Sister-in-law, if you don't know what to say, why don't I do it for you? Zhao Yun, comforted her. Nian thought for a moment, then shook her head and said, "Sai, forget it. Sister-in-law, as long as brother Zhao doesn't do anything overboard, it's fine. It's not that easy for a married couple to live together. Brother Zhao is actually a good man." Nian agreed with that. Among the men in the village, Zhao Si treated her well. He was more ambitious than the rest. He wasn't the kind of man who was lazy. "Let's talk about it when I get back." The two of them chatted as they finished washing the clothes. Nian said that she made some salted vegetables for Zhao Yun to try and insisted that Zhao Yun go to her house with her. Zhao Yun didn't refuse and followed them. As for salted vegetables, Zhao Yun also likes to eat them, but she has never made them. There were too many things to do every day, so she couldn't bring herself to do it. Nian's mother had made some salted vegetables. She thought it wouldn't hurt to bring some home to try. She followed Nian and went to Zhao Si's house. As soon as she returned, Zhao Si was in the courtyard. Seeing Nian's return, his face darkened and he looked very unhappy. Nian had been with Zhao Si for so long, so she naturally knew that he was angry. "Father, what's wrong with you?" Nian asked. After Nian asked, Zhao Si's face turned even colder, as if he wanted to eat someone. Nian's heart trembled. She had a feeling that a storm was coming. "Father," Zhao Si snorted. "What's wrong? You just asked me what's wrong? Don't you know what you've done?" Zhao Si's words were very similar to what Nian said to Feng Ling just now. "Well, what's wrong with me?" Nian asked weakly, but she had a feeling that it had something to do with Feng Yu. "Huh," Zhao Si laughed first. His laughter was very cold, and he looked like he was going to eat someone. "Cheater, you really know how to make me look good. I treat you well, don't I? Why did you go out and cause trouble? If you do this, how can I live in the village in the future?" Those who didn't know would think that there was really something going on between him and Feng Ling. Also, if you spread rumors about Feng Ling and she's innocent, how can you face her? Zhao Si's fierce tone and attitude was really frightening. Zhao Yun watched from the side. Even she felt a little scared, not to mention Nian. Nian frowned and looked at Zhao Si. She was indeed a little scared. After all, she had never seen her man lose his temper like this. However, after the fear, he felt very sad. Why did her man treat her like this? Didn't she just argue with Feng Ling? Right now, Zhao Si's reaction was clearly biased towards Feng Ling, which was why it was like this. The wife that he casually married and the woman that he liked were indeed different. "Why aren't you talking? This was too much. Don't do this again." Otherwise, Nian had a bitter taste in her mouth. She said to Zhao Si, "Otherwise, what will happen? Are you going to hit me, scold me, or divorce me because of another woman?" Hearing Nian's question, Zhao Si paused as well. Zhao Si was speechless for a moment. He didn't know what to say. Chapter 994. Just as he was about to explain to Nian Shi gently, he was interrupted by Zhao Yun. "Fourth brother, aren't you being too serious? No matter what sister-in-law did, you shouldn't have such an attitude. Moreover, this matter has a lot to do with you." Fourth brother Zhao, you have to think about your own actions first. I'm already married, so I should keep a suitable distance from other women. Moreover, it's the woman you used to like. Are you helping her with her work out of the kindness of your heart? Or do you mean something else? Zhao Yun's questioning made Zhao Si speechless. He felt guilty and didn't know how to refute. "Fourth brother Zhao, you really can't blame sister-in-law for this. Sister-in-law is a woman. It's normal for her to feel uncomfortable when she sees another woman in her man's heart. On the other hand, cousin, you've been married to sister-in-law for so many years. Do you think it's right for you to speak to her in such a fierce tone for another woman?" The more Zhao Yun said, the more ashamed Zhao Si felt. Thinking about what he said and did, he did go overboard. "I'm sorry, Qin. I went overboard." Zhao Si realized his mistake and hurriedly apologized to Nian Shi. Nian Shi's heart was broken by Zhao Si. She didn't want to listen to Zhao Si anymore. She rushed into the room. She didn't want to talk to Zhao Si. Seeing Nian Shi close the door with a bang, Zhao Si didn't even have a chance to explain. Looking at the closed door, Zhao Si could only continue to sigh. Zhao Yun walked to Zhao Si and said to him, "Fourth brother Zhao, I shouldn't have said so much. I just couldn't help it. What you said today really hurt sister-in-law's heart. There's one thing you have to understand. No matter who you like, you're living with sister-in-law now. You have to do what you should do as a husband. Fourth brother Zhao, you're a man. Actually, you should know all this. I don't need to say more. Now that sister-in-law is sad because of this, you'd better think about how to comfort her. You'd better have a better attitude and act like you should. Also, this is your fault, so you have to apologize." After Zhao Yun finished speaking, Zhao Si was silent for a moment. In the end, he nodded and replied, "Okay, Yun, I'll remember what you said. Thank you for your reminder." Seeing that Zhao Si's attitude had changed in time, Zhao Yun was slightly relieved. She was afraid that Zhao Si would be stubborn and continue to blame Nian. "All right, fourth brother Zhao, you can coax sister-in-law first. I'll go back first. Zhao Yun'er said. Zhao Si nodded and replied, all right then. Yun'er, go back and do what you need to do. Yes. Zhao Yun'er originally wanted to get the salted vegetables, but after this, she probably couldn't get the salted vegetables. Fortunately, she wasn't in a hurry to eat. If she really wanted to eat, she could make some herself later. This thing could be stored for a long time, so it was quite good. Also, it wasn't difficult to make. In her previous life, Zhao Yun'er often marinated radishes and cabbages with her mother. Especially the big white radishes, they were fragrant and crispy after being marinated. They were especially delicious. It was a pity that she couldn't eat radishes during the season. She could only wait until winter to eat them. Now, she could only wait for winter to come. When that time came, she could make more radishes and eat them slowly throughout the year. That was fine. Chapter 995. At that moment, the sound of Daodu and Yili's laughter could be heard from inside the house. The two of them seemed to be having a lot of fun. Zhao Yun couldn't help but be curious about what the two of them were talking about. Originally, when Mu Lianfeng wasn't home, Daodu was very bored by himself. He didn't expect Yi Li to suddenly come over. Now, there was finally someone to accompany Daodu. Daodu also seemed to like Yi Li a lot. For the past 2 days, he had been sticking to Yi Li. Zhao Yun was originally worried that Daodu would be too clingy and disturb Yi Li. However, Yi Li didn't seem to mind. Instead, he seemed to enjoy spending time with Daodu. Zhao Yun wondered if it was because Yi Li didn't have any family and was usually very lonely. Was that why he was so happy when he played with Daodu? Zhao Yun was also very happy to see this. Since the two of them liked to stick together, it couldn't get any better. By keeping each other company, she didn't have to worry about whether Yi Li was too bored or whether Daodu was too bored. After they finished drying the clothes, Daodu came out of the house and walked over to Zhao Yun'er. He tugged at Zhao Yun'er's sleeve. Zhao Yun'er raised her eyebrows and asked, "What's wrong, Daodu?" Daodu replied in a cute voice, "Mother, can you help me nail a few wooden stakes?" Nail wooden stakes? Zhao Yun was stunned and asked with uncertainty. Yes, yes. Daodu nodded heavily. Zhao Yun was even more confused. Why are you nailing wooden stakes? Mother, Uncle Handsome said that he wanted to teach Daodu how to fly. That's why I'm nailing wooden stakes for Daodu to practice, Daodu explained in a cute voice. I see. Could it be that Yi Li wanted to teach Daodu about light industry? Yeah. Daodu nodded heavily, then turned to Zhao Yun'er and said, Mother, Daodu wants to be like Uncle Beauty and fly in the sky. Zhao Yun looked at Daodu's expectant eyes and found it hard to reject Daodu. In fact, Zhao Yun felt that it was indeed very cool to be able to do light work. People flying in the air should have a different feeling. It was as if he had grown wings. However, seeing that Zhao Yun'er was silent and did not reply, Daodu could not help but shake Zhao Yun'er and continue to ask, Mother, what do you think? Can you help Daodu nail a few wooden stakes? Zhao Yun'er sighed and said earnestly, Daodu, although it's good to fly in the sky, if you practice like this, wouldn't it be too dangerous? What if you fall? Daodu, it's very painful. It's fine if you fall on your butt, but if you fall on your face, you'll be disfigured. When that happens, Daodu's originally cute little face will have a lot of wounds. I don't think you'll be cute anymore. After hearing Zhao Yun'er's words, Daodu's expression drooped. Mother, is that really the case? Daodu asked in a very sad tone. Of course it's dangerous, but if Daodu isn't afraid of danger, Mother naturally won't stop you. But you're a little man now, you should know the consequences. So whether you want to learn or not, you can decide for yourself. You just have to remember what Mother said. No matter what you do, it's not easy. Learning martial arts is not easy either. Flying in the sky looks very cool and fun, but once you learn it, you'll probably need to fly for a very long time. Chapter 996. Zhao Yun felt that her question was a bit too profound for a child to understand. She wasn't sure if Daodu could understand what she was saying. Zhao Yun saw Daoda's little brows wrinkle as if he was thinking about something. But Daoda was still very cute like this. Mother, Uncle Beautiful also told Daoda that when you first start learning, you'll definitely fall down, and it'll be very painful. But Daoda wants to be like Uncle Beautiful. Daoda also wants to fly around in the sky. Zhao Yun touched Daoda's little face. This little guy probably misunderstood that she didn't want him to learn. Alright, in that case, Daoda can learn. Mother, help Daoda nail a few wooden stakes. Zhao Yun said with a smile. After hearing Zhao Yun say this, Daoda's little face showed an even bigger smile. It had to be said that Daoda's sweet smile really had the ability to melt people's hearts. How did she give birth to such a cute child? Zhao Yun sighed in her heart. After sighing, she felt that something was wrong. No, it should be that how could the child of the original owner be so cute? She didn't give birth to Daoda, so she didn't dare to take the credit. Otherwise, wouldn't she be too shameless? However, although she didn't give birth to Daoda, she could continue to have children with Mu Lianfeng in the future. If she wanted to have another child, Zhao Yun wanted to have a girl. If that was the case, she and Mu Lianfeng would have children together. This was something that many people couldn't hope for. If they really gave birth to a daughter, and Daoda was so cute, it was likely that this little girl's looks wouldn't be low either. If she was as pink and tender as Daoda, she would definitely be a cute doll. Mother, you're the best, Daoda said as he hugged Zhao Yun's thigh. Zhao Yun patted Daoda's head and replied dotingly, of course, if Nyangqin isn't good to Daoda, who else can Nyangqin be good to? Yes, Daoda nodded. After that, Zhao Yun didn't stay idle, but got busy. Zhao Yun followed Yi Li's instructions and found a few wooden stakes. In front of her yard, she took the thicker side of the axe and began to hammer the stakes into the ground. After spending half an hour, Zhao Yun finally nailed the wooden stakes. Looking at the nailed stake, Zhao Yun finally breathed a sigh of relief. Daoda, it's done. Later, you can let your beautiful uncle teach you how to practice. Yes, Daoda nodded excitedly. He couldn't wait for Yi Li to teach him. However, Yi Li couldn't come out now, so he could only wait until nighttime. On the other side, on the third branch's land, a few men were working in full swing. However, with the arrival of summer, the weather was getting hotter and hotter. Every day, when he was working, he would be basked in the scorching sun. His whole body couldn't help but sweat, and the amount of water he drank also increased. Therefore, they had to deliver water several times a day. The foundation of the third branch's house had already been laid. Now they were busy building the inside of the house. Because they were working faster, even though the house was bigger, it was still about 50 centimeters tall. Chapter 997. As for Mulan's house, Zhu Eru was busy laying the foundation by himself. He had been looking for masons for the past 2 days and finally found 2. He would get the masons to come over tomorrow and start building the house. Mulan's house was not like Zhao Yun's house. They did not need to build so many houses, so they did not need so many people. Even if there were 2 masons, it would be enough. In this way, the construction period would be about the same as Zhao Yun's house. Perhaps the 2 families would be able to live in the new house at the same time. At this time, Zhu Eru had almost finished the water in the kettle, so Mu Hin came over with the kettle to deliver water. As for the third branch, Zhao Ping was only thinking about her wedding dress at home today, so she did not remember to deliver water. So after Mu Hin delivered water, Liang Jinhui casually said, "Why hasn't Ping delivered water yet?" That's right. Usually Ping would have delivered water by this time. That's right. Ping is dawdling around at home. I don't know what she's doing. Now that there's no water, she's very thirsty, but she's nowhere to be seen. Sigh, that's right. Ping is unreliable. This was what Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui said one after another. They could not be blamed. They were indeed very thirsty. Now there was no water again. They had been waiting for a long time for Zhao Ping to come over. Mu Hin came over to deliver water, but Zhao Ping still did not come. Liang Jinshan could not stand it anymore and said to Liang Jinhui, "Why don't we ask for some water first and wait for Ping, or to deliver it before returning it to her?" Liang Jinhui nodded and felt that this idea was feasible. After all, Muhin delivered such a big kettle of water. Zhu Eru would not be able to finish it in a short time, but they could not hold on any longer. "All right, let's go get one."
All right.
Liang Jinhui nodded. Therefore, the two men walked up to Muhin and stopped Muhin. Muhin looked at Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshan in confusion and asked, "What's wrong, uncles?" After all, Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui were very polite since they were the ones asking for help. Liang Jinshan chuckled and said, "Girl, we don't have anything else to do. It's just that we've finished our water, so we wanted to ask if we could ask you for a cup of water? If my eldest niece comes back later, I will return the water to you." Muhin glanced at Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinfin. He knew that Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui were Zhao Tianan's uncles, so he was very polite to them. Muhin smiled and said, "Of course, this is a big deal. You must be thirsty. Why don't I pour half a kettle of water for you to drink?" Muhin felt that it was okay to give half a kettle of water to Zhao Yun'er's family. If her brother-in-law did not have enough water, he could send it over later. It was just a matter of making 2 more trips, so it was not that troublesome. When Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui heard this, they immediately responded with a smile. "Ha ha ha, okay. Little girl, you're really a good person. You're so kind." Muhin naturally knew that Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui were just casually praising her. So he said, "It's nothing. It's just a little water. It's nothing good." Chapter 998. Under normal circumstances, water is indeed not a good thing. After all, water is free. You can just go to the river and get some. But when people are thirsty, water is a good thing. If there is no water, people will probably die of thirst. That's true. Muhin nodded in agreement. In fact, sometimes when one was hungry, one would not feel too uncomfortable. It was just that when one was thirsty, one would feel terrible. Without water, one would not be able to hold on for long. "Haha, uncle, you're right," Muhin replied with a smile. "That's why you delivered the water in time. We are dying of thirst. Sai, my eldest niece, is not as attentive as you. She hasn't returned the water since she delivered it today." Muhin nodded shyly. She felt very embarrassed to be praised by Liang Jinshan one after another. After all, it was just a little water. If she had given something better and received such praise, she might have accepted it with a little more peace of mind. Zhao Tianan also walked in the direction of Muhin. He had been working until now, and he was also very thirsty. Now, Zhao Tianan did not feel embarrassed in front of Muhin. When he saw Muhin bringing water over, he also wanted to ask for some water to drink. "Muhin, you're here." Zhao Tianan went forward and greeted Muhin with a smile. Muhin smiled and nodded. He poured a glass of water and handed it to Zhao Tianan. Then he said to Zhao Tianan, "Come, you must be thirsty. Drink some water." Zhao Tianan smiled. Just as he was about to take the water from Muhin, a girl's voice called out to him not far away. "Tianan, Tianan," it was Ma Xiaofeng's voice. Zhao Tianan recognized it immediately. Then, he looked in the direction of Ma Xiaofeng. He saw that Ma Xiaofeng was also holding a water bottle in her hand. She was not far away and was looking at him eagerly. Zhao Tianan's heart suddenly trembled. He did not expect Ma Xiaofeng to come looking for him again. Muhin also looked in the direction of Zhao Tianan's gaze. After seeing Ma Xiaofeng, Muhin's heart felt uneasy. She knew that Zhao Tianan liked Ma Xiaofeng. Because she knew, she had this bad feeling in her heart. Muhin was not sure if it was because she liked Zhao Tianan or if she did not want him to be with Ma Xiaofeng. Perhaps this thought was because she was jealous of Ma Xiaofeng. After all, Zhao Tianan's heart was filled with Ma Xiaofeng. As long as she was a woman, she probably did not want the man she liked to be with another woman. However, after all, she was not Zhao Tianan's woman. She did not even dare to say that she had feelings for Zhao Tianan. What right did she have to care who Zhao Tianan was with? After thinking about it, Mu Hin felt that her heart was stuffed, and she felt a little uncomfortable. After Zhao Tianan did not take the water bottle for a long time, she withdrew it. Mu Hin's heart was very depressed, but she did not know what to say. She hoped that Zhao Tianan would stop looking at Ma Xiaofeng and ignore Ma Xiaofeng. However, the reality was different from what she expected. When Zhao Tianan saw Ma Xiaofeng, after all, there were so many elders on the family's land. It would not be good if something happened. After thinking about it, Zhao Tianan still walked in the direction of Ma Xiaofeng. Looking at his back, Mu Hin felt a sense of loss. Chapter 999. Mu Hin quickly hid the sense of loss in her eyes. Forget it. No matter what Zhao Tianan did, it was none of her business. After all, she couldn't control it, and she shouldn't ask for anything. A person like her? Could it be that she expected such a good man like Zhao Tianan to like her? Mu Hin knew in her heart that Zhao Tianan was so good to her only because Zhao Tianan sympathized with her. Zhao Tianan was kind by nature, no matter who he was to. To her, there was nothing special about him at all. Zhao Tianan walked to Ma Xiaofeng and asked Ma Xiaofeng, "Xiaofeng, why did you come to see me?" This time, Ma Xiaofeng learned to be smart. She didn't say anything else, but directly showed concern for Zhao Tianan. Ma Xiaofeng knew that the tougher her attitude toward Zhao Tianan, the more Zhao Tianan would dislike her. In this case, she might as well start a gentle offensive. In this way, Zhao Tianan certainly wouldn't have the heart to say harsh words to her. In fact, men were like this. They liked women who were gentle. How many men would like that kind of tigress? In addition, men also liked women who were well-behaved, sensible and sensible. Mu Hin, that be *tch, actually pretended in front of Zhao Tianan. Her acting skills weren't worse than Mu Hin's, so she also pretended directly. "Tianan, I thought that you must be tired from working in the afternoon. The weather is so hot, so you must be very thirsty. So, I brought you some brown sugar water. Do you want to drink it?" Ma Xiaofeng said with a smile. Her voice was soft, and it made Zhao Tianan's heart tremble again. Brown sugar water was a good thing in the eyes of the country people. After all, brown sugar wasn't cheap, and it couldn't be drunk under normal circumstances. Ma Xiaofeng could take out such a good thing to bring him some brown sugar water, which showed that Ma Xiaofeng had good intentions. It was Ma Xiaofeng's actions that made Zhao Tianan's heart feel even worse. Zhao Tianan looked at Ma Xiaofeng. Ma Xiaofeng was smiling at him, and the smile on her face made people's hearts melt. In the beginning, he was moved by Ma Xiaofeng's charming smile, and now he couldn't resist it. "Xiaofeng," Zhao Tianan's mouth muttered. He was somewhat reluctant to part with Ma Xiaofeng. "Tianan," Ma Xiaofeng murmured. "Xiaofeng." Suddenly, there was a bit of bitterness and of Sa's heart. He couldn't be like this. Otherwise, he might really waver. However, he couldn't take out the 50 taels of silver. If he wavered at this time, it would only add to his troubles in the future. "Xiaofeng, thank you, but you should take it back and drink it yourself." Zhao Tianan refused. Ma Xiaofeng stared blankly, and her eyes revealed a trace of disbelief. She was like this, and Zhao Tianan still refused her. Could it be that Zhao Tianan really had a change of heart? Some unhappy people didn't have lower lips. No, she couldn't just give up like this. Zhao Tianan was hers. She couldn't give him to that *tch Mu Hin. Ma Xiaofeng showed a delicate and pitiful appearance in front of Zhao Tianan. "Tianan, I specially brought it over to you. It's a piece of my heart. Can't you drink it?" Meeting Ma Xiaofeng's misty eyes, he knew that he must have hurt Ma Xiaofeng's heart by doing this. How could his heart not be pained? But what could he do? Zhao Tianan inadvertently looked in Mu Hin's direction. He found that Mu Hin was also looking at him. Chapter 1000. Images of Ma Xiaofeng and Mu Hin popped up in his mind. He didn't even know who he was thinking about. "Tianan, Do you really not want to talk to me? Do you hate me that much? Ma Xiaofeng started to cry. Zhao Tianan's heart ached when he saw this. He really didn't want to see Ma Xiaofeng like this. Xiaofeng, it's not that I don't want to talk to you, and I don't hate you. It's just that it's not possible between us. My family definitely can't afford the 50 taels of betrothal gift that your mother said. Zhao Tianan's meaning was very clear. Because Qian Chuanxiu made things difficult for him, he couldn't do anything about it. She couldn't blame him for having a change of heart. Ma Xiaofeng was silent for a moment, then said with some grievance, Tianan, your family is so rich, and your brother-in-law is the heir apparent. Actually, 50 taels of silver isn't a lot for your family, right? My mother only has one daughter, and our families are in conflict. That's why she asked for such a high price. Xiaofeng, it's not as simple as you think. How could 50 taels of silver be wrong? Actually, if his family didn't object, it would be very good. It would be possible for his parents to take out 50 taels of silver for him to marry a wife. But his family was against it, and Zhao Yun was also against it, so they definitely wouldn't take out 50 taels of silver as a betrothal gift. Even if they were willing to take it, Zhao Tianan would feel bad. After all, he had spent so much of his family's money. 50 taels of silver could be used for a lot of time. His mother and second sister sold breakfast in Shangyang City every day, and it was very hard for them. Tianan, am I wrong? Your sister and brother-in-law are so rich. This isn't too much, right? Or is it that you don't like me enough, so you want to give up on me because of this little bit of money? Ma Xiaofeng looked at Zhao Tianan with even more sadness. Zhao Tianan couldn't help but shake his head. No, Xiaofeng, it's not what you think. You don't understand. Anyway, don't look for me now. After Zhao Tianan finished speaking, he ran away from Ma Xiaofeng. Tianan, Ma Xiaofeng continued to call out a few more times, but Zhao Tianan didn't pay attention to her. Ma Xiaofeng had no choice but to leave with the kettle. If even this method didn't work, then he really had to think of other methods. But what could he do? Ma Xiaofeng racked her brains for a while, but she couldn't figure out what to do. Could it be that he had to resort to an extreme method? Sighing slightly, Ma Xiaofeng didn't want to continue thinking about it. She turned around and left. Zhao Tianan returned to Mu Hin's side and drank Mu Hin's water. Mu Hin saw that Zhao Tianan was not in a good mood, so he asked with concern, "Are you okay?" Zhao Tianan shook his head. "I'm fine. Did the two of you get into a fight?" Mu Hin asked again, with concern. Zhao Tianan didn't say anything. He didn't know how to respond to Mu Hin. Mu Hin tugged at the corner of his mouth. "Actually, that girl is quite nice. If you two like each other, don't get into a fight. If there are any misunderstandings, explain them properly. Otherwise, the misunderstanding will only deepen." After Mu Hin finished speaking, Zhao Tianan couldn't help but look at Mu Hin a few more times. Why was this girl discussing things like this? Thinking about what Ma Xiaofeng said to Mu Hin before, and then thinking about what Mu Hin said to help Ma Xiaofeng now, Zhao Tianan felt that there was a gap between them. Chapter 1001. Zhao Tianan shook his head and said, "No, then you see, I'm..." Zhao Tianan tugged at the corners of his mouth. "No, nothing." Zhao Tianan secretly erased the emotions in his heart. Naturally, others could not see what he was thinking in his heart. Only he knew. For some reason, the moment he saw Mu Hin, Zhao Tianan suddenly had a very different feeling. He had never had this kind of feeling before. Nothing much happened in the next few days. It was just that Zhao Yun's family was busier. Because there were more men working, she had to cook every day and entertain the whole family. When it was time for Zhao Ping's wedding, Zhao Yun did not continue to set up a stall in the town for 2 days. Instead, she began to prepare the things needed for the banquet. Holding a banquet was not a simple matter. There were too many things that needed to be done. Even buying groceries took a long time. Fortunately, Zhao Yun's family had a little donkey. She could pull the little donkey wherever she went. Otherwise, she would be exhausted to death carrying so many things back. When she went to the town to buy groceries, Zhao Yun decided on the quantity of things she bought back according to the number of guests. After all, she couldn't buy too little, but she couldn't buy too much either. If she bought too little, she couldn't entertain the guests. If she bought too much, it would be a waste if she couldn't finish it. Liang Jinxiao said that there were a total of more than 70 families in the village who had sent gifts. Including her relatives, there were about 80 families. Basically, there were 8 people sitting at a table in the countryside, except for children. Basically, one person from each family who had sent gifts would come to the wedding. Some families would bring their children over, but the children would not be at the table. They would make do with something to eat at the side. Based on the number of people who came, Zhao Yun's family estimated that there would be 10 tables of banquets. With so many banquets, Zhao Yun had already estimated how many dishes she would prepare in her heart. Zhao Yun had asked the butcher to save the pork for her in advance. There were 50 kilograms of meat left. 50 pounds of meat might seem like a lot, but many dishes required meat. Meat pies, meatballs, stir-fried meat, etc. He bought more than 10 chickens and a lot of fish. The other thing was vegetables. These side dishes were quite cheap. Although they bought a lot, they didn't spend much. The other thing was to buy alcohol. All the men who came to drink wine had to drink wine, so this had to be prepared well. Zhao Yun bought 10 jars and brought them back. It was fine if they couldn't finish the wine. They could keep it and drink it slowly later. Anyway, Zhao Wenhua loved to drink, and the men working at home had to prepare a few cups of wine to entertain him every day. He spent a total of 2 taels of silver. Counting the gifts from the other families, there was still a little surplus. This was the first time the third branch was holding a banquet, so they naturally couldn't be too shabby. Otherwise, they would be looked down upon and laughed at. This time, Zhao Yun didn't let those people from old Zhao's family participate in the third branch's wedding banquet. They were all unreliable. If she let them help, she was afraid that they wouldn't be able to help and would cause a lot of trouble instead. However, this wedding banquet wasn't a simple matter. Zhao Ping found a few more reliable people to come over. One of them was Mulan Muhin, old Madame Chen, Zhao Yun herself, and Liang Jinxiao. The 3 of them were busy, and there were enough people. Mulan and Muhin could help wash and cut the vegetables. Liang Jinxiao and old Madame Chen could help, and Zhao Yun could cook. That was enough. You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.